It's the Bob and Tom Show here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Ladies. Bob and Tom. They sound good today.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're in fine fettle.
Sound wonderful.
There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Howdy, Josh.
Pat Godwin's over there.
Hey, Josh.
He's got the keys. He's got the strings. He's got it all.
I got the music in me.
Yeah. Chick McGee out today, taking a well-deserved day off. There's Jeff Oskey. I'm Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair, and there's Tom.
Thank you very much. We may have the weirdest connection to a song from Pat Godwin. And Pat, I'm sorry I haven't had time to warn you about this. I've been busy over here.
You have been busy.
Yeah. I think we'll start right off with something weird.
What?
Ready for this?
Yeah, I'm weird.
Now, not everyone is as enamored with old sayings from dads and moms and grandpas and uncles as I am, which is to say no one here likes these but me, but that's too bad.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy.
There you go. So if you
built this empire.
Scoreboard.
I love these things. I mean, we're hearing amazing things that parents and grandparents say to people, and even to their adult children, whatever it might be. This is interesting. This comes to us from Colin. Oh, Colin has the same last name as a friend of mine's ex-wife.
Oh, for God's sake.
She was awful. Colin, if you're related to that, boy. All she did was bankrupt him and break his heart. Okay, sorry. He says, my girlfriend's family would go camping. If you were sitting around a campfire, Pat,
I got it.
if you were sitting around a campfire and the smoke started to blow in your face, you were supposed to say, I hate white rabbits, and the smoke would stop blowing in your face and blow the other way.
What?
That, my friends, is unusual.
How about that?
That is.
Is it an Alice in Wonderland reference?
I don't know. Maybe
the
it is.
smoking caterpillar and then the smoke out in the... I don't remember that, but...
Yeah, I don't either.
Interesting.
But smoke is in the news, of course. Anyone?
Smoke gets in your
because
eyes.
of the Pope.
The Pope. Did
Yeah.
you know? I didn't realize this. Did you know that right now, today, they're building... they have to add a chimney to the Sistine Chapel.
It's not always there?
No. They have to add a special chimney and obviously a place to burn the... And also, the difference between the white smoke and the black smoke is done chemically.
Oh, right.
I believe that. Well, how'd you think they did it?
I thought it was different kinds of wood. I mean, how did they do it 1,000 years ago? I mean, it's one of the...
Maybe they burned coal at one point.
It's one of the great traditions. And I did grab two interesting stories about the forthcoming conclave. And I also read an article saying it's very much unlike the movie, but except maybe the cool costumes. Now, we have campfires, and one of my favorite songs of yours
thank you.
is the Campfire song.
Yeah.
Because unlike me, you are not a big camp guy.
No, I'm not.
And I'm not a big... I loved my summer camps. Went to several, of course, including the great Camp Hayawenta.
When was the last time you went camping?
Central Lake, Michigan. Last time I went camping, I believe our president was...
Kennedy?
Truman?
Black?
Just a second. Let me give it some thought. When I went to camp, it would have been probably Nixon.
Whoa.
Wow.
I am.
So you have not
I am not a bear.
As an adult.
A little bit, yeah. But I mean, this is camping at a campfire with a bunch of kids.
I'm surprised you haven't taken your family to one of those family camps that they have now up in Wisconsin. It's just like summer camp, but it's for the whole family.
That's not a bad idea.
I can't
That
believe
isn't
you
a bad
haven't.
Yeah, unless there's a camp called Camp Four Seasons, Kelly's not going. I'm just being honest with you because
Not an outdoorsy lady?
We're hoping she's. Oh no, very much so. But when it's vacation time, I get 3 weeks off a year. We're not going to go in the forest for that. But I'm a big campfire fan.
Okay.
Bob and I, many a guitar night by the campfire with saucy young vixens. You want to go skinny dipping?
That works.
Yeah,
Case of beer.
Yeah, sometimes it's the only way they got wet. So Pat, this is a fun song about your dislike of the campfire.
Sitting around a campfire, hotter than hell. Can't take a shower and I'm starting to smell. There's mosquitoes, ticks, and no AC. 98% humidity. Sleeping outdoors is not for me. This is my campfire song. I got smoke in my eyes and the fire's too high. The s'mores are flaming black, not golden brown. Oh, I'm not swimming in the lakes with the leeches and the snakes. This is my campfire song. Like a bear out in the woods, I have to squat behind a tree. Grab a 4-leaf and it's poison ivy. The tent smells like stinky feet or a Grateful Dead meet and greet. I prefer Netflix and Uber Eats. This is my campfire song. I don't know Kumbaya and I won't play Wonderwall. If you sing Sweet Caroline, I won't go bah, yeah. I'd rather play in a bar and not ruin my guitar. This is my campfire song. And like this camping trip, it's only 2 minutes long. This is my campfire song. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Now, once again, you're supposed to say, I hate white rabbits, and the smoke will stop blowing in your face. That must be from Alice in Wonderland. I don't know.
The last time we went camping, there was a fire burn or like a burn warning, so you couldn't have a campfire.
Yeah.
It was the most boring camping trip. Like at night, there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
You're right. What would you do?
It was just me and my lady, so we hung out in the tent. But normally, you like to hang around the campfire till late in the evening. It was like 9 o'clock. Well, I might as well go to bed. There's nothing
sunset,
to do.
nothing to do.
Yeah.
Can't see nothing.
Josh, did you ever do the classic American / Canadian thing where you're doing the campfire and telling ghost stories and have the bejesus scared out of you? Because I certainly lived through that as a kid.
You were a kid, Tom.
Oh, I mean, terrifying stories.
We never did. My summer camp was a church camp, so it was never, as much as I may have wanted to tell some scary stories, frowned upon.
Really?
But, yeah.
Church camp.
Yeah.
We did a lot in Boy Scouts, and we would have one father, like the fathers would get together, and one would start telling a scary story, and the other would sneak off into the woods.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
Yeah.
then run in at the last second and scare the bejesus out of everyone.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, yeah. And my favorite story was the one that ends up with the hook on the car.
Oh, sure. That's a
and it
classic. Yeah.
scrapes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a classic.
That's a beauty. Well, we're looking forward to the summertime. And by the way, I think I'll know a little bit more today. I think our new T-shirt may be up and running. We got a little summertime month of May T-shirt.
It is up.
It is up?
Yes.
Okay.
I got word this morning.
And where is it up precisely?
On the Bob and Tom website, there's a link to the pop-up store, I believe.
Oh, it's very cool. And it is a short, we only do this for a couple of weeks. So if you're looking for the perfect month of May T-shirt to celebrate some of the great events in the month of May, specifically the Indy 500, that one is up. And, of course, the big event coming up tomorrow, the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of a Derby news coming up for you. Right now, I've got a little bit of news about your future. Maybe you're thinking, well, when I retire, I'm going to be fine just with that Social Security check. Okay, sure you are. How about making sure that you can spend the rest of your days, including the days just around the corner, feeling good because you know you're going to be secure in the future because you've done some preparation. This is where the Silac Insurance Company comes in because they're the experts on annuities. Annuities are designed to guarantee that check keeps on coming. Whatever's happening, by the way, in the stock market, you can counter the volatility of the market, which is going up and down a lot lately, as everybody knows. And that's what annuities are all about, protecting you from that volatility. Get all the details. Find out how you can move forward with an annuity. And by the way, you can't outlive your money. Certain restrictions apply, so see exactly how they work and if you're eligible. Go to SILACINS.com. By the way, another way to access the Silac folks, just to get some information, hit pound 250 on your phone. This is a actual phone call, not a text. Go pound 250 and then say lifetime income. Those are the keywords you'll say when the phone is answered. Once again, it's pound 250. Pound is pound. It used to be pound. Now it's called hashtag. Is it going back to pound again? I used to call it the checkered thing.
I think for phones, it should always be pound.
Okay. Pound 250.
And gate codes.
And the words lifetime income. Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Christy. Christy travels in circles. And,
right.
Was
Oh,
I
like
say,
you don't.
Yes, the gate code is. No.
A lot of nerve.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you're just figuring that out.
I still remember your old gate code, Tom.
He
So.
doesn't.
I know I had to call the guy I sold my house to. I had to get in and get some mail. I forgot it. 4 numbers. I've got too many numbers in my head. The best number for you is the SILAC number. Once again, it's pound 250 for some information about lifetime income. And that's the SILAC Insurance Company. They, of course, are the proud sponsor of the Christy Lee News Desk.
Yay.
SILAC, plan on it, live on it. Thank you so much. Coming up, we have your letters. You can reach us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Of course, we're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Josh Arnold. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. During these commercial breaks, I get to enjoy some quiet time here in the studio. That's right. That's because while everyone else is in the break room waiting in line for that dirty old coffee machine, I'm enjoying some Josh time. Yes, just me and my Java House Peel and Pour pod. That's right. The rest of them can spend the next 6 minutes fighting over who gets to drink from that outdated technology. Not me. I just grab my favorite Java House pod, peel back the lid like so, pour it into my hot water here, and the rest of the break is just Josh and his amazingly smooth coffee. Barista quality. That's it. No muss, no fuss, no brewer required. Smooth as can be.
Hey, Josh, sorry I'm late. I was standing behind all those guys at the coffee machine. They're blocking my way.
Yeah, go figure, huh? Isn't it time you broke up with your brewer? Get started at javahouse.com and use promo code Bob and Tom to get 25% off your order. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. Oh boy.
When we decided to do this, I said, Tom, we should do a Tim Wilson song. And this is really hard. I practice and practice, and man, I sucked. You just can't do a Tim Wilson song. So I took liberties with some of Timmy's songs and whipped a song together in honor of Tim. Help me get through this, folks. Can you hear that? Yeah. That's too bad. He really loved his trailer park woman. Didn't care much for Dr. Phil. I'm sure he started the church league fist fight, and his ass got tired of Shaquille O'Neal. A big white hat with a black 6-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would say. Now he's sporting wings. And he taught Jesus Christ the booty song. We all thought he'd go to Chuck E. Cheese hell. With George Bush, George Strait, George Patton, and George Orwell. A hillbilly homeboy, I could be wrong. But I know he's tired of me singing this f***ing song. A big white hat with a black 6-string guitar. Now the heavens have their to start? Where's my jetpack, he would sing. Now he's sporting wings. And he asked Jesus Christ to join his band. They're singing Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye, Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, looking for the link to sync with Bob and Tom VIP? Yeah? It's right there at bobandtom.com.
From the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee's there. Pat Godwin, Jeff Oskey's in the room. I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom. And Tom, do you want to talk about what the people want to talk about, a la their letters?
Let the people speak.
Yes.
We have stacks of letters.
You got to let the proletariat get
Proletariat, yeah, okay, or the
You use all
whatever.
these big fancy words.
Oh, that's more of a political word.
You know,
Unfortunate one,
Josh is coming off May Day. He's tired from, singing the Internationale.
Oh, my.
Oh, it was quite a celebration, man.
What's the deal with the maypole? I never understood that.
You dance around it and wrap it in ribbons.
I
whatever,
know.
and
What?
yeah, I don't
How
know
fun?
who
That's
or
no
why.
fun.
Is that like musical
Why-
chairs? Do you end up
I don't
with
know.
one
I've
person?
never understood it. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you got me. I don't know. We'll have to do a little research on that. But I understand you have a letter. Is that correct?
And by the way, letters today brought to you by Hyundai. Hyundai helps protect you and your family on the road. We put your safety first and everything else second. Letters from listeners.
Love my Hyundai. Love it, love it,
From
love it.
Hyundai, as they say in Korea.
Do you have a letter? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't
Oh,
like
I thought
to
you.
respond, no.
But why did you ask me if you could use that word in the air?
I had a story about coming into work today.
Well, then tell the story. I thought you had a letter that had the
No,
offensive
no.
word in it.
I was on my way to work this morning, and Jeff and I now live very close to each other, so there's always a police officer that likes to sit between where we get on the ramp and where you live, Tom, right in that area.
He's there mostly for Jeff's side of the area.
Yeah. he's
got
pulled me
Jeff.
over.
Yeah, the good news is
We've had a
the
chat.
good news is Jeff's house isn't downwind.
Good point.
Yeah. So he has gotten Jeff before. But he usually has somebody pulled over, and he didn't. And this morning, this jackass drove past me going I don't know, I'm a pretty good judge of speed and male member size, and he was probably going about 100 miles an hour for every inch, if you know what I'm saying.
So just a rock solid 100 it is.
Oh, rock solid. And darned if the guy, our little cop friend, already had somebody pulled over.
So he couldn't pull him over?
No, I was so mad. I was like, oh, man. Why is it those guys always get away?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
frustrating.
they don't always get away.
Well, I had someone tailgating me in the same part the other day, so I slowed down knowing the cop was up ahead, and I slowed way below, and this guy got mad and shot around me. Cop got him.
Yeah.
I felt so good.
So, officer, if you're listening, that is a great story. But that happened to me once. I was the person that got pissed and shot around.
Oh, yeah. I've been that guy. That's how I know.
Yeah, happened to me in Kentucky. Yeah.
All right, well, here we go. First-time emailer. This comes to us from Amanda. Growing up, we always ended up with something that wasn't quite what we wanted, a hand-me-down toy, a less than stellar prize.
Don't give me no hand-me-down toys.
Or the last sad, hard donut in the box. My mom would say, well, it's better than a stick in the eye. Now, as a kid, I did not quite appreciate that, continues Amanda. I was too busy imagining how painful a stick in the eye would be. But now I use it all the time. Didn't win the lottery? Well, better than a stick in the eye. Leftover meatloaf? Better than a stick in the eye. My mom was the best. Well, thank you.
Aw.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's better than a stick in the eye. She says. Amanda from Englewood, Ohio.
Oh.
Amanda didn't like the leftover meatloaf.
Who doesn't like leftover meatloaf? It's
the
even
best.
better.
So good.
Meatloaf sandwich?
Yes. No.
Mayonnaise.
Wait, what?
You hate
Mayonnaise on meatloaf?
I like that's my fave.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard that.
My
Pat.
We would go to
No.
Yankee games, and my grandmother would make us meatloaf sandwiches with mayonnaise. It brings tears to my eyes
I
just
bet.
thinking about
You carried those in.
it. They were delicious.
And sat in the sun with mayonnaise sandwiches.
Yeah, I'd get sick.
There has to be a cookbook that's nothing but leftovers. I mean,
I'm sure.
I know there's scientific proof that day-old spaghetti.
Yeah, because of the acidity of the tomato.
Whatever is better than, or at least different than. I love that.
I love making potato pancakes with leftover mashed potatoes. You ever do that?
That is really good.
Oh, it's so good.
No, I've not done that. I'm not a fan of. We've been through this. I hate cold pizza. In fact, I don't even like. I like eating pizza at pizzerias. I don't like it delivered. I know that's not American, but
Reheating pizza is an art.
what now?
It never gets crispy.
But we've discovered that rather than the microwave, that
Air fryer.
the air fryer, that's
Works
better.
great, yeah.
Ah, yes, okay. You guys conned me into getting an air fryer. It is wonderful. Use it all the time. Thank you very much. Josh, did you have a letter over there?
Yeah, I mean, we're speaking of great food, and every now and again we'll delve into the topic of the fattest things we've ever done. And remember, you don't have to be fat to do fat things. What's the fattest thing I've done today, says Roger? I'm a large fellow, 6 foot tall, 365 pounds on a light day. I wasn't always an enormous person. Life. That is fun. Boy, I'm an enormous person. He says, life just got to me. So people tell me all the time I don't realize how big I am. Kind of like those dogs who try to get in your lap, but they're
Yeah.
an 80-pound golden retriever. Hey, dude. Well, I realized it today when I was sitting on the front porch in our new chairs, and when I stood up to walk away, my ass was stuck in the chair, and I carried it with me.
That is.
Wow.
That's fat.
Yeah, you're big. You're big. Yeah. That's one of those things that we have to share.
It's pretty funny.
But he's embracing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
acknowledging it.
That's pretty
Maybe
dark.
time to cut down a little bit.
Yeah. I bet he's handsome.
Yeah.
6 foot tall, 365, big slab of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gay, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last part.
Yeah.
It was kind of.
Slap
Yeah.
it, huh?
Sometimes I slip into it. It's getting easier. I don't know what this says.
Growing up in Southwest Louisiana, writes Ben, my dad worked in the oil field in the Gulf, usually 7 days on, 7 days off. When he would come in, my family would go out to eat at one of the many Cajun restaurants in the area. No matter how fancy the place, when the waitress would come to take orders for appetizers and drink orders, my dad would always say, do you have frog legs? If the waitress said yes, he'd look at her legs and say, just wear long pants, no one will know.
A classic.
I've never heard that.
Oh, I love that
Is
one.
that a classic?
I love that.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
I also love if somebody orders turtle soup and make it snappy.
Heard that. That's funny. I want a turtle soup. Make it snap.
Yeah, I've never had turtle soup.
Either have I.
I had it once.
Isn't it illegal?
And I've never had frog's legs because this is not fair, but I just can't bear the thought of cutting off the legs of a little froggy or killing a turtle. Whereas I'm more than happy to eat a steak. So that's
All right.
I understand that.
Yeah, we're all kind of hypocrites when it comes to
The
Turtle
big
soup's good.
Is it
carnivorous life.
legal?
Yeah. On the way to Key West, there's a great place right to the left there.
Oh.
And,
Can I ask?
stop.
It comes in its own bowl.
I was just going to ask. Do they? And I'm not kidding. Do they make stuff like puka shell things out of the turtle shells for?
Oh, I'm not sure.
And you get like
I don't know.
like a hip hop level sized necklace made of turtle
So
shells.
is there a little farm that just farms
Bras for the
turtles?
waitresses?
I don't know where they get them from.
Yeah.
Bras for the waitresses. I'm sorry, I
No,
stepped
no.
on that.
I'm also enjoying what you said. Just
little for turtle
all right,
farm.
grow up. You got to get big and strong.
That sounds like some kind of statement of bras for the waitresses. I don't know. Meatloaf for the men. It's like half of something. I don't know what that matches up with. Your Bob and Tom show. Shane from Minnesota writes, I used to wear a button. Wow, Shane. I used to wear a button that said, a fart is the lonely cry of an imprisoned turd.
We had the similar one yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He wore that button, though.
Yes.
That's lovely.
I'll bet you wore that by yourself a lot. Probably not in your Tinder profile. I'm just guessing. If you're just joining us, hello. Thank you very much for joining us. This is the Bob and Tom Show coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I have a new feature.
Oh.
We missed a day in history.
We did?
Yes. So how about yesterday in history?
Does that mean it didn't happen?
And I have questions already.
Okay.
In the birthday segment, 1852, Calamity Jane. Do we know why she had that name?
Well, she caused quite a calamity, didn't she? Was she a fight starter?
Sort of a drunken mess, to be honest with you. Maybe
I
that's
don't know
why.
anything about her, but
I don't know much about her either.
But everybody knows that name.
Yeah.
Right? We've all heard it. Happy birthday to Jack Parr, the famous Tonight Show host before Johnny Carson.
Yeah, my dad loved him.
how long did he do that? Do you know?
Not long.
He was beloved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beloved.
Maybe
Very odd guy. There was a famous incident in which he had to leave the show because he mentioned the word toilet or something on the air.
Oh my!
Yeah, those were different
days.
He was beloved, and so many people said he was really so funny.
Yeah.
And America hated Carson. They couldn't believe this new guy was coming in. And
Well, why did Jack Parr move on? Did they replace
I
him?
don't remember what happened then. That's before my time. Ray Parker Jr.
Oh, the Ghostbusters guy?
Well, yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, he was born in 54, but if I'm not mistaken, I think that there may have been some kind of a settlement with Huey Lewis.
Yeah, it's the same mellow, yeah.
It sounded an awful lot like, what was
Want
it?
a New
Got a
Drug.
New Drug. Want a New Drug, yeah. 1967, excuse me, the birth of Tim McGraw, the son of Quick Draw.
yes.
Married to Faith Hill. Great actor.
Okay. 1969, movie director Wes Anderson.
I'm a sucker for all those movies.
Yeah, I am
I
not.
liked some of them.
Huge fan.
His father was the famous
Harry Anderson.
late night host Ghoulardi.
Oh, really?
And the voice of The Love Boat.
That was actually Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, that's the other Anderson?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Wes is the one from Texas. Sorry.
Yeah.
What did West? What's a famous?
Rushmore, Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, I get him. I always get those two
Very
guys
hit
confused.
and
Sorry.
miss with me.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
with many people. Yeah. I fall for him every time.
Is he the one that? He's the one that all the sets are. Nothing is filmed in a real
Did he do
place.
the
right?
hotel one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That live. I did like that one.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Now,
And Budapest.
Thank you.
yeah, that was a good one. 1930, the planet Pluto. Ooh,
Was demoted?
no, that's when it got promoted to being a Pluto.
Got promoted to being a Pluto. What do you mean?
A planet.
It was named a planet.
Oh.
And then Pluto the dog was also created by the Walt Disney Company in 1930. So, yeah, and it's not clear here which came first.
I would say the planet, maybe.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah. Now, this is a question for, I think you'll know this one. Batman in comic form premiered in 1939. What was the name of the comic?
Oh, I don't know this. Crime stories?
No idea.
Is crime in the
Detective Comics number 27.
Okay.
Is where Superman showed up?
It was
Superman.
in Action Comics, right?
Yeah, but and then the worlds, of course.
Oh.
What do they call that now? The universe.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got the Marvel universe, and you've got the Batman, Superman, Justice League. One of my favorite Justice League pieces is from Frank Caliendo, Where
that's good.
That we'll have to. We can probably.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was a really cheesy version of them. Citizen Kane premiered 1941 on this date.
have you guys watched it recently?
Nope.
I cannot. I think it's astounding.
It really is.
Really?
Yes.
I revisited it about 10 years ago.
It's easy to watch and go, oh, what's the big deal? These camera shots I've seen. Yeah, no, this was the first time anybody had seen these.
It's amazing.
I'll have to check
Now,
that
do you have
out.
any interest in going to Las Vegas to see The Wizard of Oz shown on the Sphere?
Oh, that's interesting. Boy, that's really. Are they going to play Dark Side at the same time? Maybe at midnight.
Maybe for a special showing for the
Well, if they're
people that
smart,
still
they would.
think the Grateful Dead are there.
Now, is that actually happening, or were you just?
No. It's actually They are going to play The Wizard of Oz in the Sphere.
Yes.
The movie will be in,
When it, like June 13th or something.
and I'm not sure how they're going to augment it, but
Pretty interesting.
yeah, I would kind of like to go to that.
We had the story. You must have been absent.
I was probably writing at the time.
What was it, Josh? You had to start the album at the second the Lion's Roar.
Yeah, it was like the second roar or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. And there were, not the whole thing does not line up at all, but there were like 3 or 4 moments where you went, that's insanely perfect.
Yeah.
Who figured that out?
Well, I imagine it was.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of. No, we had some good Wizard of Oz news recently, of course. The Ruby Slippers.
Talk me out of it.
What is the song you sing in that voice?
I think we do Pablo's Hippos to something.
Oh, okay. I've always loved that voice. Yeah, I'll get more information about when that showing
I'm
is.
trying to find it right now.
Okay. While we're at it, SpongeBob debuted 1999 on what network?
Nickelodeon.
Very good, very good. And we that's kind of all we'll do for days in history that we missed. We'll have a Today in History coming up, though. Now,
Hey, Kenny Chesney's doing a lot of shows at the Sphere. I can tell you that. My gosh.
Really?
Yes.
is the
My
dead?
sister's going to that.
Are the dead still there? The Eagles.
now?
The Eagles were there for a while. I went to see them at the Sphere earlier this year, and they were. I think they were there through March.
It says here, no, the Sphere Experience Postcard from Earth is going on right now.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
The dead are not there, but when Kenny Chesney is there, it's known as the "We Wish We Were Dead" experience.
I'm with you. On that.
Not a fan.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, when she said she was going, I went, you're going, what?
No
Where?
shirt, no shoes, no thank you.
A lot of
He was a big fan.
A lot of backward hats.
Hey, he doesn't need me as a fan. He's got
He's got
he's
plenty.
plenty.
I'm with Renee on this one, though. I stand with Renee.
Short marriage, you see.
Yeah.
Now, what's just around the
You
corner,
don't
Christy
like
Lee?
what? Oh.
Upcoming Sunday, not this Sunday, but
Upcoming, Mother's Day.
Mother's
of course,
Day.
May 11th.
a little more than a week away. This is a great idea for a gift. Raycon earbuds. The Raycon earbuds are about half the price of those little white ones everyone is wearing out there, the ones that fall off, the ones that I found one in a parking lot not too long ago from some guy. Crystal clear sound, and they don't fall out of your ears. The everyday earbuds from Raycon are perfect for Mother's Day. The latest model, a 32-hour battery life. Great for traveling, of course. And you can keep your world to yourself. You put them in and blissfully listen to music or this show or podcasts or whatever. Raycon also has a quick charge if you just want to get a little juice in it. 10 minutes for a quick 90 minutes. Now, the earbuds come with something called active noise cancellation. And by the way, they're about half the price of the other famous premium audio brands. And they're designed to stay in your ear. They even have nice colors if you're sensitive to what is sticking in your ear. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Why? 20% off site-wide. That would include the regular over-the-ear headphones that I'm a huge fan of. My kids have them when we go traveling. They get on the plane, pop on the headphones, stare at their iPads, and voila, silence, peace. They're happy. Right now, Raycon, 20% off site-wide. Buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
the studio now. Two comedians. We are joined by Jimmy Pardo. Also, another guy. It's comedian Chad Daniels. Chad, I understand that you have an injury, that nothing humorous about it, but you look like you're in a little bit of pain.
I broke my tailbone.
Yeah. Did you break it recently or
a week and a half ago?
Okay.
Tailgating, following too closely?
You can't put a cast on that, can you?
No, you can't. No. I was drywalling. I kept bending over to measure and cut and everything, and I guess my leg muscles were too tight or something like that, and it kept rocking it back and forth till finally it snapped.
What? You didn't even hit it on me.
I didn't hit it on anything. From bending over, and that's the kind of shape I'm in.
Where's that Wow.
Never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, the doctor said it happens a lot to pregnant women, which was really awesome to hear from your doctor.
Are your breasts tender?
No, they're not.
You're the first man for that to happen to.
Was it?
Wow.
It sounds like it was incredibly painful.
It sounds like it is
Yeah,
painful.
my wife actually couldn't sit down for a while. Sympathy pains. What? Nailed it! Ding, 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 I thought we said there was nothing funny about this. Ding, 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 ding,
Wait a minute, hold it. Hey!
Yeah! Hello, Friday morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's time for the air base.
Ooh, here we go. Come on now. Everybody got her?
This is the guy that perfected it. Jimmy Pardo, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
Hey, hey, what the matter with the head?
Do you know the lyrics?
Little red bug.
Hey, hey, what's the matter with the guy?
Say it again.
Hey, hey, what the matter with the
Chicken?
Oh, we've got something new.
What happened?
Oh, Lou Reed.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Jimmy Pardo on the air base, ladies and gentlemen.
Like you just don't care. Yeah.
Oh, you know, I go this way.
Oh, no, suddenly it's in a stand-up acoustic. Oh, that's new.
Yeah, right.
I like that.
Very nice.
Hold your left hand higher. Remember, it's you. It's not a stand-up cello.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
It's not a stand-up cello.
Got it. That's it.
That's it. You ruined it. You ruined everybody's fun.
Sorry.
You ruined everybody's fun.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance Insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
Okay.
This is the first time we've had a woman on the show, as far as I know, lying down during the program.
Don't all your comedians get waxed?
No.
Before the show. Hey, we like to call that interviewed.
We interviewed him real good.
Yeah, we did.
The cameramen have to look away for a second.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Both of our camera guys are married to it. We're so nervous to be in here.
Hey, wait a minute. You said the cameraman.
They just closed the curtain.
And they're putting hot wax on, and she put the paper on it, and she just ripped it off.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad.
Ta-da.
It is worth it.
Kelly
It looks
Clarkson.
so good. I wish you guys could see it.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And now she's putting more hot wax on.
Oh, boy.
And
Breathe,
she's putting
breathe.
a strip of paper, and it just came off. That hurt. Have you ever seen someone this hairy?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my gosh, it's been a while.
This is nothing.
Really? Okay, she's putting another strip on. Breathe out. And breathe out.
Go to a happy place.
And breathe out.
And breathe out.
And do I look pretty now? Will the boys date me now?
Baby, look pretty.
And breathe. Whew.
How much are they waxing?
Oh, it's
I know, I'm hurting over here.
All right.
Now, would you be comfortable if I came in?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
To hold my hand.
Yeah.
Exciting and new.
This is so
It's like
cute.
Vegas down there.
Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
sir.
Yeah.
Marianne, are you comfortable with me standing here?
You didn't have to say it twice, Tom.
Okay. I'm going to go down here and get a good look. Okay?
You go down.
Did you
Tom.
say put the lotion in the basket?
Tom,
So
you don't
now-
have to go that low. It's not even there.
Tom, you don't need.
What is he doing?
You don't need eye. What is that?
Oh, Tom got
Oh, look at that.
dazzled.
Oh, I got a little on me. Yeah! This is very sexy.
It is. It's great. I need a picture.
Okay, well, we'll get plenty of pictures.
Oh, we'll get. Oh, there's tons of pictures already.
Yeah. Oh, Christy. Oh, she's standing up, doing
Look
it
at
right
that.
now.
Christy.
Now, Christy's
She's
putting it on,
showing
her,
it.
on her hip. Are they going to have to do any waxing?
No, not there. Good Lord, what do you think she is?
She's not Harry and the Hendersons.
Good Lord, Tom.
Sorry, I'm just asking.
It looks nice and smooth.
Seriously, what is your impression of the average woman? I mean, seriously, this is just amazing.
Now,
They're covered in hair.
What design are you getting, Christy?
What is that?
Sorry, what, Bob?
What design are you getting?
I'm getting a snowflake, but apparently they're going to enhance the snowflake.
Oh, okay. Maybe put a snowman in there eating it.
You'll have to come to Wisconsin to find out.
Oh, there you go. All right.
You're going to eat it, just like it said in the story. Hey, hi, it's Tom from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand. Be yelling.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios.
All right,
Oh, you're good, man. You're good, Tom.
I've answered some questions, though.
You've answered some questions that we posited earlier? Or?
Yeah, I just found out a couple interesting things here.
All right.
Oh, we had a great letter. We've been talking about these old phrases, that you always hear from Grandpa, and well, not in my case. The only thing I heard from my grandpa was, well, he's dead and all, both of them.
Right,
Yeah.
you didn't hear anything.
Really, yeah, that was. We had a letter that someone said when you're at a campfire, you would say, "I hate white rabbits," and the smoke would go the other way, not be in your face. That apparently is a tradition in North America.
Okay.
Really?
It's been around for a long time. The origin is not known.
Gotcha.
They say it also is part of the superstition where you're supposed to say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit on the first day of the month. Rabbits bring good luck.
Gotcha.
I never heard that until you guys did it.
It was Gilda Radner.
I never heard it till Chick did it either.
Made it kind of famous. There's also speculation that the phrase "I hate white rabbits" relates to the appearance of smoke resembling rabbits.
Sure.
And it ties to certain Native American traditions.
Okay.
So, by the way, I'm not sure this last sentence was necessary in this article. It says, oh, by the way, there's no scientific evidence that saying "I hate white rabbits" affects the direction of the smoke.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Well, thanks for the clarity on that. It's
worth a shot, isn't it?
Now, yesterday, we had a...
My troubles seem so
Far
far away.
Is everything a Beatles song to you?
Yes, pretty much.
an interesting story about seagulls and this screeching contest with
Yes, we
seagulls. Do you
had.
remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was it Sweden?
Yeah. And
Or somewhere like that?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of seagulls.
Belgium.
Yeah.
But many are not fans of seagulls. But they're
Chick's not a fan.
they're scavengers. You can't kill them. They're actually quite useful.
Sure. Yeah, I would never kill one.
And I like them because usually it means
You're at
near,
the beach.
You're near boats.
Yeah.
Sailboats, the great sounds of
water,
things dinging against the masts. Who doesn't love that? Okay, I'm sure there's someone that doesn't, but they're just a lesser person. This is from Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
Maggie.
Lives in Delaware near the beach.
How you doing, Peg?
She goes, "Seagulls run the beach. I like to watch newcomers. They'll leave food on their blankets thinking it's safe.
Oh.
One day I saw a family leave a pizza box on their blanket. They went swimming. The seagulls
figured out how to open the box. Each one flew off with a slice.
Yeah.
The family came out of the water and thought someone had stolen their pizza.
That's so funny.
Those seagulls are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're funny.
But yeah, we had the screeching contest in Belgium. And,
That was crazy.
The lady that was dressed just like a seagull, down to her makeup. And
Yeah, and I'm going to play a
yellow
little
lips.
a little bit of this. It is.
There she is.
Yeah, it's rough. You can see. Yeah, she looks like she's in an opera.
Yeah.
A white, pasty white
Or a
makeup.
Devo video.
Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, there's the sound. Yeah, but that leads to this. I had a request for this.
She does sound like one.
This is Bob's famous bird calls. And listen very carefully.
African scissor bird.
Okay. Unbelievable. If you have ever seen that is just so dead on.
Thank you very much. Guatemalan diarrhea bird.
Okay. Oh, this is rare. Like unbelievable. I'm sorry. That got cut off. Yeah, Bob got cut off there.
My son loves that.
The African scissor bird. I'm not sure I can do it.
No.
Okay, yeah. We'll get Bob in here to do that for us. Thank you very much.
And I have an update on the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. It opens August 28th if you're going to buy tickets. So that's when you can check out the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
And is it just for the one night? Do you know?
No, I don't think so. That's just when it opens. I bet they do more than one.
And the Sphere, if you haven't seen it from the outside, it looks kind of like that thing at Disney at Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
But you go inside and they project things all over the spherical ceiling. It's amazing.
Do you think there'll be a Sphere in another town? Or?
I think they're going to be
I would think so.
They're going to. It's so great.
Don't they have bars now that have like where it wrap
all around you?
Yeah.
My son Sam went there in Las Vegas to see the WWE event a couple weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it's amazing. He said it was better than being at the actual event because you could see and you could hear the announcers, and it was a great crowd of people.
We're going to all live in a video game, aren't we?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ready Player One.
And
love that movie. Love that movie.
There is a movie based on another video game that's huge right now.
Minecraft.
And we learned yesterday a fascinating story that a song, one of the songs from that was about a 30-second Jack Black, funny little commercial kind of thing, is actually on the charts.
Yeah.
And is now the shortest song in the history of the Billboard charts.
34 seconds.
To do that. Okay, did you have any more mail over there?
Nope, I don't.
It's we're ready to switch gears. We have a couple of interesting Pope stories I thought we'd share with you. Christy, I know that you are of the Catholic faith.
As is Jeff Oskey. Don't just throw me
Oh,
out.
okay.
I was raised Catholic, thrown out.
You were?
Yeah.
They threw you out.
No need to really explore that right now.
Did you complain? Never mind.
Yes.
The conclave to elect a new pope will start on May 7th. The Catholic cardinals delayed the start by 2 days to build consensus and to get to know each other better.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this, but of the 135 voting cardinals from all over the world, 108 were appointed by Pope Francis over his 12-year reign. And one of the cardinals, a British cardinal, Vincent Nichols, admits many of them are strangers to each other because, you don't really all get together every year for, the potluck or anything.
He called them, I was surprised to see the quote, a wacky lot of weirdos.
Yeah. Yes.
So he just wants to get to know them a little.
Yeah, and of course, we will know who the new pope is or has been chosen when the white smoke rises from the Sistine Chapel.
So they do black smoke if they had a vote and nobody won.
Correct.
Then they do white smoke. It's kind of interesting. That's probably the only place in contemporary culture in which smoke signals are a valid form of communication. I mean, think about it.
Probably.
Well, we're far away from it. We used to have letters, and then we got a phone, and now everyone's back to typing letters on their phone. So smoke signals should be next.
Yeah, exactly. Hieroglyphics, then smoke signals.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yesterday afternoon, I was driving, and I think the guy next to me was practicing for the conclave, judging by the smoke.
Oh,
man, that's a lot these days.
Yeah. Atlanta's been practicing for the conclave. They've been burning votes for the last 10 years. Oh, boy.
Thank
Who's
you very
causing
much.
trouble now?
And bets are pouring in on who will replace Pope Francis. As of now, two front runners are tied at plus 150 odds.
And this is legitimate. You can actually bet on this. You can go to certain betting houses. And
Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State since 2013, seen as a continuity candidate with strong diplomatic chops. Then there's Luis Antonio Tagle, who's a Filipino cardinal known for progressive views and global appeal. The top 5 candidates, I'm sorry, 2 are from Italy, 1 from the Philippines, and 2 are from Ghana.
How'd you like to be known for your global appeal?
I question that.
I know.
Do you really?
Yeah, he's known for his global appeal. You mean the guy that we'd never heard of until 5 seconds ago?
But my favorite's the guy in fourth.
The fourth, Peter Turkson.
He's always one of my favorite of the monkeys.
Who's from Ghana.
By far the better guitar player.
And Robert Serra from Guinea at 12.5%.
Well, so no need to get to name call.
No, we understand.
He's from Guinea. I'm done.
I think you say you double down.
Oh, jeez.
No, depending on who you are, the white smoke may mean you just lost your parlay.
Yeah.
Got some bad news. It's quite interesting, and it'd be kind of cool if they did it more like what's that show? Big Brother.
Yeah, where they vote him off the island.
That'd be kind of cool.
Put them all in a house.
Put them all in a house, and
well, they kind of are.
Now, the last couple of popes were loosening up on the doctrines. Do you think we will go forwards or backwards? Could it go backwards and get stricter again?
I don't know.
Yeah, they say
I don't.
Birth control?
Yeah, one of the guys is one of the real strict guys is in the top 10.
Matteo Zuppi. I like that guy's name. He's from Italy.
Yeah.
Matteo Zuppi.
Did you see the Big Brother thing in England with who's the famous actor that started boxing and crushed his face?
Harrison Ford.
No.
Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke, yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mickey Rourke was kicked out of the Big Brother show, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And now he's suing.
Oh, really?
Why was he kicked out?
Because he told JoJo Siwa that he could make her go hetero.
All of this is horrible.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, too.
Mickey Rourke's looking a lot like a woman lately.
Yes, he is.
You've
He's
seen
studying
any of his
more
photos.
Yeah,
He kind of looks like that lion lady.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cat lady. Yeah, you're right.
He's a great actor, though.
He is a great actor.
How do you know about this, Mr. You'd hate pop coach?
It just popped up when I saw that he was kicked off for. He said something like, "I'll get you." He said to JoJo Siwa is a former teen idol that is openly gay. Or whatever.
I think she backed off on that, but go ahead.
And he said, I can get you drunk and I'll make you go hetero or something.
Oh, geez. All right, it is a little more.
Yeah.
I can get you drunk part.
Oh, it's offensive, but see, I find all of those shows offensive.
Of course.
If you go on them, of course, they want, the shows want something like that.
Of course, because we're talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the one in England, apparently, and but I think they should do this with the papal candidates, and they could call the show Cardinal Rules and show it on MTV. Anyone?
Cardinal Rules is a great.
That's not bad.
A great title.
That. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Those are nice suits. And now, coming up, we have many delights, including cigarettes in the news, famous painting in the news that's been damaged, and we have a record that's sad but nice in a way, involving the world's oldest person. We get this one about every month.
Yeah.
If that's your hint. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Well, looks like we got dumped. No.
Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Well, our girls have left us, so I'd like to say just one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, blow me.
Oh, a kiss as you're leaving.
Blow me.
Oh, a kiss right now.
'Cause if you're gonna leave me, honey, I will surely miss the way you blow me.
Oh, blow me a kiss. Come on and blow, 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 blow me.
A kiss like you mama mean it.
Blow me.
A kiss right now.
I really can't remember anything as hard as this. So blow me.
Blow me a kiss. Wow.
Some things in life are hard to swallow.
She couldn't take it all, Dean.
She couldn't handle everything.
Who could?
But if she comes back tomorrow,
I'll be shooting my wad on flowers in the rain, honey. Blow me.
A kiss as you're leaving, baby.
Blow me.
Oh, a kiss as you go.
And always think about me as you're going down
your list.
And blow me
a kiss. I'll miss her arms and her elbows.
I'll miss her arms and her elbows.
I'll miss her legs so tall.
I'll miss her legs so tall.
I'll miss her neck and her shoulders.
Yes, sir. But I'll miss her head most of all. Rock out, fellas.
Swinging them, Howie.
Baby, blow me.
A kiss as you're leaving, baby.
Blow me.
Oh, a kiss as you go. And if you wanna come home, honey, that's okay.
Just grab a hold of this.
And baby, blow me. Baby, won't you blow me? Blow me a kiss.
Oh,
hi, Miss
Malcolm.
Oh, Sally.
I'll miss your arms and your elbows. Woo!
The Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra.
Amazing.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Hey everybody, it's Frank Caliendo, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of stand-up dates, and I'm not sure where to put my hands right now, but this is the deal. We're going to be in places like Appleton, Wisconsin, Toledo, Ohio, Des Moines, Iowa. There's a whole bunch of them. We'll let you know how to do that on the screen right here. And why did I say we? Is that my new pronoun? No. I have a bunch of other people with me. Those people are Patrick Keene. You've seen his teeth, probably on your dentist wall. They're tremendous, very good teeth. Willie Griswold. You know why he's with us. And of course, Al Jackson.
And that's when they realized it's going to be a fun show.
Third and goal, hit Golden Showers. Tate on a slant that was initially ruled a touchdown with 8 seconds left. After review, the play was overturned. As you can see, he's short of the goal line.
No, he's not.
And yes, he is. He's way short of the goal line. He's like an entire ball short of the goal line. The football, Tom. So that's with 8 seconds left. They had to stop play, look at the review. But then, due to a rule that causes a 10-second runoff when a clock is stopped by officials and then restarted, the game ended.
What?
With 8 seconds left.
What's the point of that rule? Another play?
In theory, the Lions could have lined up with a fourth down play as time expired, but the initial call of a touchdown is actually what disallowed that possibility.
Why?
The rule exists because the Rules Committee, led by Don Shula, the only comes when he wheels in, sons of bitches. I hate all you young mother.
Hello there, it's Ed from Ed Septic and Sewage. I'm here at this poor SOB's house. He got quoted $20,000 for a new system. I'm doing that same system for him, $500. I know what you're thinking. Ed, how can you do it so cheap? Well, first of all, this machine, stolen. That saves me a ton of money. Secondly, I'm not licensed or bonded. That saves me tens of thousands of dollars a year. So if you need a cheap septic, call me, Ed Septic. When things get hectic, call Ed Septic at the number below. From Ed Septic.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker. Guess what? I saved up some money and bought this new badass spy camera. I swear to God I did. Check out this bad boy. See, I've got some Velcro here that I can put it right on my tap-out cap. Keep it right here on the side. Nobody would ever notice. They'll just think it's like a pacemaker or or inhaler. Plus, I've got full coverage connected right here to my pager. So between these two things, I'm basically like a Navy SEAL or a coal miner, except now my head's above water. Check this out. Hey, Chloe, I'm Donnie Baker with the Bob and Tom Show. I'm one of the sound guys. I need to put one of these lavender microphones on you just to make sure we can. You should run this anywhere you want to. I'm a big fan of 24. Hey, is Martin Sheen's son really full-blooded Cherokee, or is that just a rumor or bourbon legend? Is that? Here, maybe we should go this end first.
But hey,
Yeah, it's a lavender microphone. It's just
what the hell are you doing?
I'm putting a lavender. Oh,
You've got a restraining order. You're not even supposed to be.
That's a different permit. That's a different. I'll be right back in a second.
I'm so sorry.
That's a different.
He doesn't work
I was
here.
that close.
Get.
When soon?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Hello there.
Pat Godwin's over there causing trouble.
Yeah, you are.
There's Jeff
starter.
Oskey, rather. I'm Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. Chick's taking a well-deserved day off. Then there's Tom.
I got a letter, Pat. I don't know if you want to do this. This is from a nice lady. Her name is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
And she is a bus driver, school bus driver.
An unheralded hero, I say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no kidding.
Especially these days.
Oh, in my day, the bus drivers, they ran a military operation.
Yeah.
If you did anything wrong, you were in big trouble.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think today it's a little tougher.
Well, now it's hard to even get people to drive the bus. So thank you for doing that, Michelle.
Can I say this real quick? We had a bus driver named Buck, and Buck would bring his beagles on the bus.
Oh, how awesome is this already?
But when you walked on, you'd go, yes, Buck, and you'd go, yes, Buck. And every kid would go, yes, Buck, and he would yes, Buck him back. And in the snow, you'd start chanting, donut, donut, donut. And he would do donuts in the school parking lot, in the school bus.
Now, that's rare, I think.
You know, this is one of those stories that...
And Buck was no longer a bus driver.
Yeah.
Buck ends up in county.
Well, what's great is Buck had to retire, so his son, Buck E, took over, and Bucky was a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Well put. Well put.
I see.
Michelle, kind enough to write. She goes, long-time listener, first time shamelessly inviting you to my wedding coming up in Halloween.
Oh.
She goes, I am 54. He is 59. I know it's a geriatric age to get married, writes Michelle. You guys are the authority on weddings, and since it's a Halloween wedding, it's being called a hollow wedding.
Why not? Yes.
She goes, I hear Josh saying, I'm out.
Oh, no, I don't mind it.
I'm writing you to invite you to our wedding with high hopes that Johnny Loud himself.
Johnny Loud One.
Johnny Loud One, that's Pat Godwin.
My famous song, Circle City.
Yes.
Will come sing for Pat. For us, Pat, sorry. Now, what is the background on this song that you're going to do?
What do they want me to sing?
This is Lighthouse.
Oh, Lighthouse.
Oh.
That's probably the second song I've ever written, and that was the song I sang at every wedding from the time I was like 22. And at every wedding I sang Lighthouse at. They got divorced. A perfect record. I sang it at all my cousins' weddings, my brother's wedding.
And it's not a comedy song.
No.
No, it's one of my, it's a beautiful song.
And she wants that song. She wants to get divorced already.
She wants to break
not
the
even
curse?
married
Yeah,
yet.
she says, yes, I guarantee we will be the ones to break the curse.
All right.
Where's the wedding?
Come sing it. This letter continues for another 8 pages. I haven't gotten to the
Does it
bottom.
say where it is?
And it's, no, but she's to RSVP with either a dick pic or a clamogram. Wait a minute.
I would even consider doing this to break the curse. If they are, that would be fun.
Really?
I wouldn't mind doing.
Oh, it's from, here we go. It's from Milton, Ohio.
Oh, so it's
Okay,
not far.
doable.
We could do that.
Yeah, we could fly me in. We don't know where we are right now. We're in a different city every show.
What would you need, Pat? $7,000?
I would do this for free.
What about for prima nocta rights?
If I knew what that word meant.
It means you get to sleep with the bride before the husband does.
Oh, boy.
No.
Oh, this is it?
No, I'm singing something different. Yes. You want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it. Give us a taste.
No, so this is, can you lower the volume of the piano just a little bit? This is a wedding song then? This is your first song?
Well, now it's too.
Meet me halfway.
You did it right. Christy prompted you to do it again, and she was wrong.
You're my gold.
Oh, the wrong note there.
You're my what?
Go up a little hair.
No, it was. Kill all of you. You're my golden inspiration.
That makes no sense.
You're my hope, my navigation.
Mixed metaphor.
She's a garment.
You're a lighthouse when life turns stormy sea. In a wave of confusion, you're looking out for me.
So
lighthouses really look out for the land.
Yeah, they don't really look at anything.
I'm just going to plow ahead. You can heckle
You know
all you
what?
want.
I'm loving it.
This lady wants to hear it, and I'm going to play it at her wedding.
Yes.
Ever watching, always guiding.
But she was just watching.
Check my course, which way I'm riding.
Keeps you in line.
You're right. You're riding on the
You're
sea.
a lighthouse. Darkness engulfs me.
Oh, back up. What was that line again?
No,
You're a lighthouse.
Darkness engulfs
All
me.
right.
Engulfs me.
What the hell does that mean?
When darkness engulfs me.
It's a nautical pun. Golf.
Josh gets me. Lost at night. It's your light that sets me free. Oh, you're the lighthouse. Now my love spouse.
My love spouse.
Oh no! That's.
Through that.
You're the lighthouse.
Now, did anyone ever throw up when you said that part?
Has anybody ever said it?
No, you know, I haven't sang it in a while, but even when you're singing it, it made me sick.
Love spouse. That is not how it goes.
Not
Really?
a song. Is it really?
Oh, please back up. We need to give you with some respect here, please.
Do you still want? What's the lady's name?
Michelle.
You still want me to sing?
Michelle in Milton, Ohio.
Michelle, I will go. We'll make an event out of it, and we're going to you'll be the first marriage that has ever survived. I'm talking 25 marriages I've sang that at.
Oh, wait a minute. I got her name wrong. I'm sorry. Michelle is in Hamilton, Ohio. So that's even closer.
That's
You're
even closer.
the lighthouse. Yeah. Now my love spouse.
That's not in there, really.
I added it.
Oh, okay.
That's great in its awfulness.
Yeah.
Mouse.
What happens at the end of the song?
What? What happens at the end of the song?
Yeah.
People get divorced.
No, but I mean, what in the lyrically, what happens at the end of the song?
I don't remember. I know it's written. I have it in a notebook somewhere. It's been a long time.
Well, I'm sure you can sniff it out. I mean, literally.
Yeah, it's quite. I think it's a beautiful melody.
It is.
It's a naive lyric.
The sentiment is very.
I mean, it's. You know.
Cliche. What's the word you're looking for?
It is very pretty.
It is pretty, yeah.
It really is pretty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can see the.
I'm sorry they're making
bride.
fun of you.
I can see the bride walking down the aisle to that.
No.
Oh, this was a reception.
No,
deal.
that's a reception song for sure.
No. This is a wedding song. I do it at the wedding, or I don't do it at
the
all.
wedding.
Yeah, during the ceremony.
Ceremony.
I have been picturing all these years. You at a reception,
Yeah,
sort of.
exactly.
This was at the actual wedding. I would sing it.
Really?
at
after their vows?
church.
After the vows.
Well, after, before, I don't remember.
Tim, I have done the word is that you become an officiant.
You've officiated.
And I have done some weddings. There are some rules, but there's also a lot of looseness in there. You can have someone come in and perform. Mm-hmm. The way I do them, it's sort of a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I try to keep it relatively quick.
There would be a follow-up after the divorce. It would go, now you lost half of your money. And half a house, you lost your honey.
Oh, love honey, please.
Nice. She's a bitch now.
He's a prick. Your kids are sad because things didn't work.
And you've got all those classic dick pics. Oh, these are we can finish this one up. Spouse, you can get spouse in there again. Lost half your house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's all there.
My ex-love spouse, is that the word?
But I will actually do that. Milton, Ohio.
No. It's Hamilton, Ohio. That
I can't do
Milton is similar to her last name.
I'm not allowed back in Hamilton.
Oh, is that one of the places where you got to meet the police and get your picture taken?
Yeah.
The Pat Godwin glamour shots.
I only have one mug shot so far.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Pat. Now let's see a couple quick things. Oh, I know what I wanted to remind you about. For many of us, coffee is. The source of life.
Yes.
And that's where Java House comes in, because Java House is now actually the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show and the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. Yeah, that's right. They're from Java House. Let me get one of these babies. This is what they call a peel and pour cup. It's a little tiny. It's about the size of a Keurig cup, a little bit bigger. And it doesn't go in a Keurig machine. You just take the top off, peel it, and pour it.
Take the top off, baby.
Yeah, that's how we explored it. Baby, take the top off. No, it's peel and pour. And the way it works is, what are you into? You want decaf? You want, what's this one? This is your classic Colombian medium roast. I am not drinking this. I am drinking tea this morning.
I had the caramel one, the salted caramel.
That's a good one.
Oh, it was really good.
I love salted caramel. And then Josh, of course, he's a big fan of the
hot chocolate.
The hot cocoa. He's a hot chocolate man. Now, do you have marshmallows you keep here at the station?
Absolutely. What size do you need?
I like the regular size. I don't like the minis, and I despise the ones the size of a softball.
I got you, man.
Those are.
You don't like the big marshmallows?
I like the minis.
Yeah, no. You like the minis, do you?
Yeah.
No.
Java House.
I'm out of the regular. I'll just bite a softball 1.5 and give it to you.
Okay, no, I don't approve. However, I do approve of Java House and all their great products, and I want to do a special thank you to the Office H2O people. They put a new water system here in our office. It is so great. Instead of standing over the bubbler cooler that takes forever to fill your cup, this is a water filtration system that goes through our plumbing, and it is great tasting water, and it makes great coffee, tea, et cetera, et cetera. So check out Office H2O. In the meantime, you want to get started with Java House. We're going to knock 25% off your order if you use the code Bob and Tom, BOBANDTOM, javahouse.com. Check out the revolution in coffee, not just at the office, at home, too. Willie G, I was talking to him the other day, and he's been traveling with Frank Caliendo and carrying around a bunch of Java House coffee with him. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. Christy, what's coming up?
Coming up, we have Florida man in the news again. We have a lady who has a really weird way of handling her road rage. And cookies fight off a bear. We'll talk about that.
And great guest, Billy Gardell, a very fine actor and comedian, will be our guest shortly, as well as Drew Powell. So we're looking for. And Drew is currently featured in The Pit, a great show.
He's great in that.
And this is, it's a pretty good show. It's The Bob and Tom Show.
Here we go. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Yeah. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. I found a store with the sign said their beer was coldest. They sent in Brad because he looked the oldest. He got a case of beer and a candy bar. Walked over to where all them registers are. Laid his fake ID on the countertop. Clerk looked, he turned, he looked back up, he stopped. He said, "Kid, I'm not gonna call the cops, but I'm gonna have to keep this card." The guys both took it pretty hard. Sing it if you know it, even in your car. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Met this other old hippie named Sleepy John. He said he was the guy from the Robert Earl Keen song, so they gave him their cash. He bought him some brews. It was a beautiful day out in Santa Cruz. They were feeling so good, should have been a crime. Crowd was cool and the band was prime. They made it back up front to their seats just in time to sing with all their friends. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a fiver, a car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Yeah.
Oh,
hello.
There it is.
Wow.
There's no easy way to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. Kay, it's over. We have to break up. I'm breaking up with you. I have met somebody else. It's just better for me. Java House, peel and pour pods. I mean, you peel, all right? You pour the Java House cold brew into a cup of hot water, and in less than 10 seconds, voila. Amazingly smooth, barista quality. You don't have this. And you're a lot of work. Frankly, it shouldn't be this much work. I've stuck by you, you know that. When you were broke, it's not easy to say, but I just have to tell you, you're gross. Java House offers me so much more, not just coffee, teas, energy drinks. I appreciate you taking this as well as you are. I was worried you'd be all steamed up about this. That's disappointing. Perhaps I gave you too much credit. It's over, and I'm keeping the cats.
Java House, amazingly smooth cold brew coffee. Enjoy barista quality coffee in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. It's effortlessly easy. In fact, the hardest thing about Java House, well, that'll be figuring out which one of their many great beverages to try next.
You don't have to watch this.
Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of The Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say, Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee's there at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Hey, Josh.
Pat Godwin's over there. Hey, Josh. Jeff Oskey's here. I'm Josh Arnold, the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. And Tom, we have one of our favorite people in the universe with us today.
We're joined by a very fine actor and comedian. He is Billy Gardell, but he only brought half of himself. You left Fat Billy somewhere else.
He had to go away. He's not coming back, and we don't know anything about it.
All right, we won't ask any questions.
Billy Gardell is a very fine stand-up comedian. We first met you on the stand-up circuit many years ago. I think Tim Wilson, I think, brought you in.
He begged you guys to have me on the air and promised that I would behave and be polite, be a gentleman. And back in the I want to say, I was trying to think of when I met you guys. I want to say it was middle 90s.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe even a little before that. So thank you for having me back. It's great to see you guys.
Great seeing
it's
you.
Nice to meet Pat Godwin. We've done every gig.
Yeah.
A week or two apart. That's one of those names. You know?
In fact, we did a famous strip
last
club.
week.
Strip club gig.
Exactly.
You did a strip club gig?
Yeah.
Palomino, I would imagine, is what you're referring to.
In Atlanta, they tried to have comedians with strippers, and it didn't work. We were paid pretty well. But
that was it.
Were the girls stripping while you were doing stand-up?
No, they'd give us like a 10-minute spot.
It was a 6 o'clock, a 9 o'clock, and a midnight, right?
And it seemed like it went on forever.
Oh dear God! And I was really heavy back then too. So I remember, man, that happy hour crowd was the tough one because it's like 6 o'clock, the lights go up, the girls leave, and then I go waddling towards the stage like, "Show us your tits." I'm all right. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody? How we doing? My boy, we have the same scar. That's like the two guys talking about the scars in the boat in Jaws. Look at this. Right here. Atlanta, the Palomino took it out of me. Shark's eyes, black at night.
They didn't have any customers. It was just you performed for the strippers.
Yeah.
And after a while, you're there for 2 weeks.
I imagine the idea, the germ of that probably came from the 50s.
Yeah, burlesque.
When, and Lenny Bruce, famously, I mean, if you've ever seen the movie Lenny, where Dustin Hoffman portrays Lenny Bruce, that's fairly accurate.
Yeah. That's what they were trying to bring that back, and this guy had a whim to do that. And I think me and Pat and maybe 3 or 4 other guys survived it before they pulled the plug.
Then they stopped it, We had like one little tiny green room in the back where I would hide because it was just crazy.
Did you play guitar back then?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I did my little guitar action.
I wished I played guitar back then.
Now, what were you doing?
I would have put cymbals on my knees and clanked them together. I mean, it was horrifying.
Our guest is Billy Gardell. Before he got famous, let me ask you this: was the content of your comedy when you were playing in this strip club? Was it a clean show?
No.
Your show now is relatively.
I swear a little bit, but I'm not going to say nothing that's going to run you out the door.
But in those days you did?
That's never really been my thing. No, I don't think so. I was still just trying to be funny. I was probably talking about getting drunk a lot because that was what was going on back then. So, that fit that particular group.
Oh, God.
I went with.
Did you? Let me ask you this. So you're playing this strip club. Did you meet the ladies?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they were nude. It was
Like
it was, but you would sit at the bar waiting for your spot. I don't know how it worked but I had to drink to get through it. I'm like, what have I done with my life, right? But then they would sit and then get up and go work and sit and get up and go. But they would like drop some of their story on you, so you would just get this round robin of. Anyway, my boyfriend said he doesn't really care for me, and he's going to Louisiana, and I got to work. And the other one would come in. I think I'm just going to do this long enough until I can get a car, and I'm going to work. You just sit there like the dude in the Big Lebowski. Like, all right, man, okay.
That was Tina.
If you really got to know them, would they tell you their real name?
Oh, yeah, a couple of them did.
I go by Galaxy. Galaxy, my real name is
Galaxy. My real name is Star.
Toughest gig I've ever done, man. That was rough.
Oh, wow. Yeah, one time we were out with our band, and it was, where was that? It was
in Nebraska, I believe. Yeah.
And the club was it was a huge place, and for some reason there was a strip show in the middle of the day. So, and they were kind of over on the right and back.
Yeah.
And we were trying to do a sound check. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
I believe it was a strip club most of the time. And
and we were the guests?
Yes, we were the guests that day.
All right. Billy Gardell has gone on to many other things besides stand-up comedy. It would include one of my favorite sitcoms of all time.
You are so kind about that. Thank you.
True.
We were I have. This is odd. I have seen every episode, and I have not seen every episode of any other show because it used to air at 3 a.m. here.
So when you were getting ready to come in.
I've seen every episode. I'm not kidding.
Sorry you had to hear my voice first every day. I'm sorry for that. My dad used to say it should be on top of an ambulance. Get out of the way. There's been an accident.
The show, I'm sure, the show is, of course, Mike and Molly.
Right.
And it every once in a while, there'll be a marathon on the weekends.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it on. So as I come and go, I get to watch.
So well written and so well cast.
That's
perfect.
it, man.
It's perfect.
Perfect cast.
Our table reads scripts were better than most people shoot scripts. That camp just has an incredible writing staff that just Chuck kind of promotes from within. He has kind of a farm system. So you really have to make it to the next level to get to the next level. And man, some of the drafts we would get, we'd be laughing out loud at the beginning of the week.
Now, is there somewhere an outtake reel?
Yeah, I got a couple actually. You want me to send you one?
Well, I'd love
We
to.
got some funny ones. We had some great. They're just such a great cast.
Now, who was the best at remembering their lines?
Me.
Is that a lie?
I was just terrified I was going to lose my job every day. So because you think about it, Melissa had been on Gilmore Girls and come out of the Groundlings. Katie Mixon, who played her sister, was out of Carnegie Mellon. Niambi Shakespearean trained. Reno Wilson had a show and then he went to the School of Fame in New York. Lou Mastillo, Broadway. Swoozie Kurtz, Broadway. Rondi Reed, who played my mom, Steppenwolf. And then
Here I come out of the comedy club kitchen. You guys doing a show?
I had to be on my horse, man.
Do you, by chance, know who you beat out for the role? Was it someone you knew?
I do. There was a great guy, Lance Barber.
He's wonderful.
And a great guy. And me and Lance, now Lance was the dad on Young Sheldon, so he eventually ended up on the Yankees too. So, and I got to go down and congratulate him, but it came down to me and him. During the late 90s, early 2000s, me and Lance passed each other at every audition. We were like, you know that? Remember that Warner Brothers cartoon? It was like Morning Bob, Morning Fred. Right. We were those guys. Pass it like every overweight white dad. We were like the, you know what I mean, or the sidekick or the cop. Like we would just pass each other at every audition. So I was very happy when he got that.
You guys had great scenes together on Young Sheldon.
Oh man, it was so fun to go down.
His son was a tire savant kind of.
Yeah,
I love Young Sheldon.
We got to hide in the chicken shack and have our beers.
Yes, yeah. How fun. That must have been great to actually get to work together after all that.
It was really, really nice. And to go in and play supporting role to him was even cooler.
Yeah.
You know? And then he really took that role and crushed it.
Yeah, he did.
Know?
Yes.
And that is another great cast. Another great cast.
That happens to be my daughter Finn's favorite show.
I love
every episode of Young Sheldon.
The young people that watch that show, it's unbelievable. I mean, they've kind of skipped a generation. Like they were a hit on TV, but then when they went, I think they're Netflix now.
Yeah.
Boom. They're a hit again, which is pretty amazing.
The show has heart.
Yeah, that's
a lot of heart, a lot of charm. And
Our guest is comedian and actor Billy Gardell. If you're just joining us, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Well, if you're just joining us, you really haven't been here yet. Let me start over. If you're joining us, we are the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Our guest is distinguished actor and comedian Billy Gardell, doing some on the road, doing some stand-up. We're talking about Mike and Molly and Young Sheldon. This is an awkward question.
Sure.
You were a man of a certain size.
Oh, you could see me from the space shuttle. Yeah. When I had that blue uniform on, I looked like another body of water.
Lake Michigan.
Wow. Here he comes.
This is awkward. Was there something in your contract saying, hey, don't lose weight, we need you to be big? Or if you had said, hey, look, I'm going to drop 100 pounds, would they have written it into the script?
You know, I think Chuck would have done that because on the second show I did, Bob Hart's Abishola, that's when that's when I had to make a change because it was like, I got type 2 diabetes and then I had some cholesterol problems and some triglyceride. But like you can't, once the numbers start climbing, you can't play denial anymore, or you might lose a foot, So I had to really come to grips with I got to get healthy no matter what the thing is. And I went in and talked to Chuck, which was over the...
This is Chuck Lorre,
Chuck Lorre,
head of the show.
Dropping names all over the floor here. But I said, look, man, I got to make a real health change. It was over the hiatus between season 2 and season 3. Bob Hart's, and he's like, look, man, he goes, I just want you here. Just go get healthy. And he goes, and we'll color it into the script. Like, hey, Bob, did you go to the gym today? Hey, Bob, you eating salad? And that actually kind of reflected the show, because at the beginning of that show, I play a guy who had a heart attack and then wakes up and falls in love with his nurse. And she's from Nigeria, and it's about blended families, and love is love. But underneath that, it's kind of his journey to getting healthy. So it kind of reflected and worked perfectly. But I think had I been in trouble in Mike and Molly, I think Chuck would have been supportive either way. He was been really.
And Melissa McCarthy's also dropped some pounds.
Yeah, Melissa actually was ahead of me, man. But she was just always being strict and really got focused in on exercise. I had bariatric surgery, and I always say that I'm very open about that because, the wonderful cesspool that the internet, don't you miss Earth One? I do. I feel like I bumped up against a multiverse and I'm not supposed to be here. But I did bariatric surgery, and I always say that because there was a group on the internet after I lost my weight all over Facebook doing fake AI commercials saying I ate these magic gummy bears to lose weight.
Oh, man.
And I was like, I got to defend that and just say, because my lawyer said, look, you could chase them. You'd run out of money before you'd catch them because they bounce off of everything. You can't catch anybody on the internet. So I just tell people openly what I did, because there's always somebody that will come up there that saw those commercials online and go, did those gummy bears work? I'm like, dude, gummy bears is what got me in trouble in the first place. Let's get back to cognitive thinking.
What was your, let's go to the bad old days when you loved to eat everything.
Yes. Oh, I still do. It's still in there.
But what was the favorite? The go-to fat guy food?
I was never a sweets guy. I'm always a bread and cheese guy, so it was always pizza. I mean, when I'd order pizza for my family, I'd order one for me and one for them. I'd eat a whole pie. That was my get down. I always loved that, and any kind of pasta and any kind of
How was the so-called craft services food on the set?
Well, on Mike and Molly, it was amazing. I mean, first of all, it starts off small. It starts off, potato chips and Oreos, and then they give you a hot lunch, and then once you become a hit, there's a guy with a carving station. And suddenly there's cakes and I always tell everybody, how you're doing by two things. Number one, that's why I tell you, never worry about the ratings. You can't control any of that. You come in here, do the best you can do. That's all you can control. I said, but watch craft service and watch the commercials. When you go from year one where it's a mattress commercial, and then year 3 you see Zales, you're doing good. You just kind of follow, and then the other one was like, just watch craft service. They start taking stuff away, pack your stuff.
On the other hand, wouldn't the sort of producers be going, hey, look, we got to be careful. We're going to get so-and-so too fat.
They tried. They would ask us. They were very, very considerate that way. Like, is there specific dietary things that you'd like? And back in those days, I was like, yeah, more cheese. I just want to bring it in. It was free food. I was like, I'm in.
We are speaking with Billy Gardell. Billy's a distinguished actor and a stand-up comedian. Did you ever, you were talking about the great writing staff on, for example, all your shows, but on Mike and Molly, did you ever say, hey, I've got an idea, my guy might want to do this, and they'd take it into consideration?
Man, I'm kind of a route runner. I always honored whatever the writers wrote. And then it kind of hit me coming from where I came from that Chuck Lorre probably doesn't need any of my suggestions. You know what I mean? I think he's pretty good.
He figured it out.
Yeah. But what they would respond to is I didn't say much. I would just do what was written, and then if I had a suggestion that I thought was really good, I'd go over and say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And if they liked that, they'd let me do it. Like I could turn a line a little different.
Was just by chance? I'm really fishing here.
Sure.
The episode where you buy the really old car.
Yes, they wrote that about me.
I was wondering about that. Maybe you told me that and I forgot. That was such a funny show.
One time, yeah. I this is how you know I'm white trash. Episode 3. We're still living in an apartment, and I bought a 1956 Chevy Bel Air that was just completely blasted out. I mean, 411 years, 512 horsepower, double Holly. So I was pulling into my apartment garage like the third week, blah, 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 blah. And I drove it to the studio, and the writers happened to be standing by the stage when I pulled up, and that episode was next.
It's so funny.
It feels like they're bugging your house at one point.
We're speaking with Billy Gardell. We're going to speak with him for a while longer. He's going to hang out. He's on tour. I'll give
Thanks
you those
for having me.
dates. Oh, of course. It's our pleasure. And you can check out his great shows, and we'll find out what his favorite episode of his own show is. I have my favorites, but no one cares. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
No, I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just. This is what the Surgeon General is saying.
I know.
So
I think those women who can't are pretty much, by and large, selfish, aren't they?
Screw you, chick.
Don't you wish just once they'd have a day, one day a year, where you could say whatever you wanted in the radio? Just so that one time.
I'm over here working, okay?
You know what you could do?
What?
Walk in there and have Dean do it for you. You walk in there, tell Chick what you want to say, and he can fix it for you. A few minutes ago, Chick said something mean to Christy, and she...
I didn't. Was that mean? I was
Yes,
just
it
making
was.
an observation.
I was saying that some women are unable to breastfeed for a number of reasons, and you said...
The main reason I can think of is because they're selfish.
Okay, so Christy
She
wanted...
seems very well adjusted
Right now.
and very
Christy
intelligent.
wanted to respond, and I have great faith in our editor.
Me too, because if
Christy
not, I've
wanted
lost
to
my
respond.
job.
We now
have the response.
Okay, go ahead, play it.
Hey, chick, you. You've never had to breastfeed. You don't know what it's like. You're a ignorant, stupid son of a bitch. So shut your mouth, you stupid ass.
You know, that last beep could have used a little more words.
A little less a little less...
And not so much hole. A little heavy on the hole on that one.
Hey everybody, it's Frank Caliendo, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of stand-up dates, and I'm not sure where to put my hands right now, but this is the deal. We're going to be in places like Appleton, Wisconsin, Toledo, Ohio, Des Moines, Iowa. There's a whole bunch of them. We'll let you know how to do that on the screen right here. And why did I say we? Is that my new pronoun? No. I have a bunch of other people with me. Those people are Patrick Keene. You've seen his teeth, probably on your dentist wall. They're tremendous, very good teeth. Willie Griswold. You know why he's with us. And of course, Al Jackson.
And that's when they realized it's going to be a fun show.
Hello and welcome to the wildly successful Mr. Obvious Show. I'm your host, Mr. Obvious. Let's take a call. Hello, Mr. Obvious Show.
Hello, is this Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Hi, Mr. Obvious. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I just want to say, first of all, I really love your show. Really enjoy listening to it. I think you do a great job.
Well, kind words indeed. And thank you, caller, for calling the Mr. Obvious Show.
No, Mr. Obvious?
Yes?
Here's my problem.
Oh, okay.
Well, the thing is, I think I got some kind of animal trapped in my house.
Oh, yeah, like a pest problem or something?
Yeah, well, it's even bigger than that. I think it's some kind of critter that's trapped down underneath my sink somewhere.
Oh, my. Now, do you live in a rural section of town?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Live on the outskirts of town here, and well, here's the thing. I think it's caught underneath my sink, and I've opened the doors and my cabinets there and looked underneath, and I can't find it anywhere. But I can hear him down there making noise.
Oh, you say you got a critter and you can hear him. Now, what kind of sound does he make, caller?
Well, it's kind of a growling, kind of, well, I'll try to imitate it for you. It's kind of like, kind of like that.
This is under your sink in your kitchen?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you might be caught down there in the pipes.
Now, this is not uncommon for your rurally located homes to have a raccoon or a possum under the house. Now, but you say he might be stuck in the pipes?
Yeah, that's what it seems like because, in fact, I think that's how he's living there. He seems to eat stuff that my wife throws away down the sink after dinner. She'll wash the leftovers down the sink after we get done eating. I think that's what he's eating because I can hear him down there growling and chewing.
Huh. What was the sound again, caller?
Well, it's she'll put the stuff down there in the sink and run the water, and then you can hear him. It's kind of going, kind of like that.
Huh. Now, is there anything else that corresponds with the
Well, it does seem like it usually happens whenever she tries to turn a light on. There's a light switch there, and she'll try to turn it on. Thing is, the light don't come on. I think the light bulb must be burnt out or something, but I can't even find a place to change the light bulb on it. Anyway, she'll try to turn that light switch on, and you can hear him down there just seems to make him mad as anything.
This is in the kitchen under the sink, right?
Yeah. Yep. And, I figure he's caught in the pipes.
Right.
So I figured try to get him out of there. Well, I reached down there with my hands when I heard him growling. And I mean, that thing about ripped my fingers off. Bit into me. Boy, it hurt.
Well, I think I know what your problem is, caller. It's a garbage disposal.
So, is that something like a raccoon?
No, caller, it's
No, it's something littler like a mouse.
No, caller, it's a machine that's hooked to your drain pipe there under your sink that chews up food that makes it rinse right down the pipe there. It's an actual machine. It's not an animal at all.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I never made the connection. She does use it to get rid of the garbage.
There you go.
Sounds like a critter. Just,
I know, yeah, it's not a critter. Thanks for calling, though, caller.
Mr. Obvious?
Yes.
You're a lifesaver.
Thank you. That'll do it for this week's show. Thank you, and good luck from everyone here on the Mr. Obvious Show.
Oh, boy.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less. Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less? It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear. So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal? Yeah, more or less.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP member. First step, click the link at bobandtom.com.
Did I actually say that?
Welcome back to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Christy's here. Pat Godwin. Jeff Oskey's in the room. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Tom. And Tom, we're joined by one of our favorite people.
He is comedian and actor, Billy Gardell. And Billy is on a little tour, doing a bunch of shows, actually, coming up. You'll be at, looks like Zany's in Nashville, legendary comedy club. You'll be there May 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
The Summit City Comedy Club in Fort Wayne. The Desert Ridge in the Improv in Phoenix, Arizona.
Correct.
You got a bunch of places. Soul Joel's in Sunnybrook, Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's like a little theater outside of Philly, not far from Philly. You hear my Pennsylvania come out. Yeah.
And lots of other spots coming up.
Well, I'm trying to grind out a new hour. You know, I like I said, I was away for about 3 years, and I thought I was done with stand-up. But, man, it just harkens you. You know, it's once a stand-up, always a stand-up. The only advice I would give anybody who's thinking about taking a break is don't. Because coming back is, after a couple years off the road, your callus is gone. You know, your armor's all dinged up. You know, you have to get. So that's what this is about: getting back on the road and getting that rhythm, get my swing back, and then writing towards a new hour to see what happens.
And when you did your breakout hit, Mike and Molly,
yes, sir.
Was that your very first appearance on television?
No, my first appearance was, I want to say, in somewhere around '97. I was a guest star. I got a guest starring spot on The King of Queens, where I played, it was his football team reunion, and me and another guy got to play these guys that kind of used to give Patton Oswalt's character a rash of trouble in high school, and they played on that. And then there was a thing where Kevin James, got the game-winning block, but they were giving credit to somebody else, and he couldn't hold it together. It was a fun episode. And then I did little, I was man number 3, and then, the plumber and stuff. I did a bunch of those. And then I caught some air on a show called Yes Dear as a reoccurring character.
You were a security guard, right, at a studio?
Yeah. We were the security guards at the studio, and we used to film there, which was great because when I had an audition, because we were cool with the security guards, when those guys were in there and they saw me coming, they're like, they used to park you like way down the street in the parking structure, and it's LA heat. I'm walking in I look like a serial killer by the time I get to the audition. But because we were cool with those guards and we played them, they would always sneak us into a parking spot that a producer wasn't in. So,
Great.
Take 454, but be out of there by 1. Got it.
Okay.
I'm all good.
Did you ever do any commercials?
I did. I did a local McDonald's commercial. I did a Nokia cell phone commercial that went national. And then I was a spokesperson for a restaurant out in California early on, which is actually what got me married, for a place called Round Table Pizza. And I did 10 or 11 commercials for them. I was like their, I don't know what the word is. What's the
were you on
spokesperson?
Were you on camera?
Yeah. We did probably.
And was this
10 commercials.
Was this the larger iteration of Billy Gardell?
Yeah, absolutely. But I wasn't at full capacity yet, but I was on my way. And,
they probably helped.
I had like a flat top haircut. Well, yeah, I always said, I go, who you need you gonna get a thin guy to advertise pizza? Let's be real. That's like when they show a commercial for Michelob Light and some dude's running a marathon. Stop it. Just put the game on and shut up. But I did that, and that got me. That was the first financial, little bit of get ahead breathing room that I had, and that's when I got married to my wife. We went to Hawaii for their spokesperson thing, and they very kindly gave us a couple extra days, and we got married, just me and her out there for. We had we bought the $2,200 wedding package,
nice.
and we're still married to this day.
I like your wife because she talked you out of the mustache.
She really talked me out of it. She looked at me and said, "That's it. I'm done kissing the cactus. It's been 5 years. Take it off." I was like, because I liked it. You grow a mustache, that you're going to roll the dice. You either look pervy or old timey, and I came out old timey. I was like, let me keep this. She's
now the producers, now when you're on your second big show and you've got the mustache.
Yeah.
Do you have to say, hey, look, Chuck, I'm going to grow this mustache? Or do you show up on set and he goes, wait a minute?
No, what I did was for the table read for the network and the studio before the pilot, I grew it and I brought it in, and Chuck walked up and he goes, yeah, I like it. And that was it.
Really?
Yeah, I figured the guy's a compression sock salesman from Detroit. Chances are he's got a mustache.
Yeah.
He's driving a Cadillac. Hey, how you doing? Just kind of fun.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the compression socks.
Oh, me too, brother. I can't fly without them. That's the only part I don't like about being back on the road is at this point, I'm like Bull Durham out on the road. I'm just knees hurt, got to wear compression, got to get up, take a walk in the plane.
Same here.
Make sure I don't drink too much before I get on the plane. And I just mean liquids, not liquor. But I mean, it's like, but it's a gift to be on.
I want to go back to the early days of stand-up, if you don't mind. I was talking to my son Willie. He's currently touring with Frank Caliendo, and he was talking about, in the early days when you're first doing it, you always have to have a couple of beers before you go on stage because you're nervous. Then there comes a point where you say, wait a minute, I'm working.
Yeah, I
got to be straight when I do this. Was there a phase where you mentioned you were drinking when you were doing those strip club gigs?
Yeah, I drank every week, and then I haven't had a drink in years now. But back then, I was what did I go? I started with tequila and beer, then I went to Jack Daniels, and then I went to Jameson, and Jameson put me on the bench.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's what took me out of the game.
Oh, well, that's where you and Pat met. The Jameson brothers.
Double Jameson will take you out.
When you have to look at your career realistically, and when you get to the point where it's they mention your name and they go, man, he can drink, instead of man, he's funny, then you got to go, okay, wait a minute, I'm fading away here. So
I never wanted to drink before I got up.
Smart.
Because I didn't want to have to rely on anything.
There it is.
Jeff, do you? Or did you?
I go up with a beer, but I just have it to sip. I don't drink beforehand, but everyone's like, "Oh, you were hammered." I'm like, I had one sip.
right. And I can understand having a cocktail up there. It's a very social setting, and I totally get that. But I would do 3 or 4 shots before going up.
Oh, yeah.
All right with the judgment.
Not judging at all.
No,
Yeah,
I'm judging.
there were always guys like that.
But I thought I needed it, and then I quit drinking, and 2 years later I had a TV show. So I was like, wow, I probably should have put the brakes on a little bit earlier.
You could have been on Friends.
Did you ever?
Friends movie.
Did you ever find the drinking caused you to forget part of your act, though? That's what I would be worried
Weirdly,
about.
no.
Oh.
No, weirdly, no. I don't know if it just loosened me up or whatever, but I was just leaning into it too heavy. And then when it starts getting sloppy, I'm like, man, a wise old man told me at the worst part of my drinking, look, man, he goes, I'll just shoot you straight. A guy like you, he goes, I watched you drink all week. He goes, you can have a drink or you can have everything else, but you better make your choice. And then the wife put it in the suggestion box. And I kept everything else.
We're speaking with a comedian and actor, Billy Gardell, currently on tour, doing stand-up, going back to his roots. I've asked you this before. I don't remember exactly what you said. Was there when you're really, really first starting, you get up on stage, you're by yourself, you're doing stand-up, was there a particular piece or a routine or a so-called bit that you finally said, wait a minute, this is working, this is the place I've got to go, this is the character I need to be on stage?
I always hung around guys that were really authentic, and I always admired guys that are really authentic. In other words, they talked about it was a shared experience and not a lecture. So those are the guys that I shot to be like. But the first time I ever went on stage open mic night, I killed. Just had one of those ridiculously weird moments. First time up, killed for 5 minutes. And then I sucked for 2 years. I mean, just sucked. Ate it with a shovel. But again, I was 17, 18 when I started, so I didn't know what I was saying. And back then you would hear guys say it's going to take 10 years to find your voice. It took me probably 11 or 12 because I started so young.
When you were 17, were you a big guy then?
I was chubby. I got out of hand at about probably 25.
But were the early jokes about being chubby?
No, I would always do a joke or two up front just to kind of acknowledge that I was heavier and then move into whatever else I was trying to talk about. And then when I learned... I always tell young comics, they always go, give me some advice on writing. And I'm not a prolific writer. I'm a guy that writes on stage. I have an idea, I go up and I bang on the fender till it's right. It takes me forever, but they stay solid when they're in place. I wish I was prolific and could sit down and write. But I always say a simple little exercise for young comics is get 2 pieces of paper, put what I hate and put what I love, and write those things down. And now you got premises. So now make that funny. Find a way to make that relatable.
God, if I do that, I'm going to have a stack of I hates.
Just one pile up there and a sheet, just one sheet.
Yeah,
more of a scroll.
Yeah. Billy Gardell's going to stick around with us. I did a real quick question. I want to very quickly, Jeffrey, on occasion, you have been known to, when you're in a legal state, smoke the marijuana.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that and go on stage?
No.
That would be problematic?
No, I couldn't pull that off. I'm not that good.
See, but that was the difference in the time period. When I started, it was the Wild West. Nobody was talking about development deals and cast. I mean, I didn't hear what a development deal tells. I was about 8 years in at the Punchline, loaded at the bar, and I heard 2 L.A. comics talking about, what's that? Where do you get those? We got free booze, right? In those days, my God, we took everything and went on stage, man, back in the day. Yeah, I mean, we'd smoke up. Sometimes we'd do mushrooms and go up. I mean, it was a crazy young man.
Wow. We'll pick up this thread. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
Okay. I actually wrote a song for you guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did. You guys did a story last week, and I was listening to it on the plane ride on the way out. I'm a VIP member. Just want you to know that.
Okay.
'Cause I'm in LA. And so I was listening to the show, and you guys did a story that just knocked me out. And where most people see tragedy, of course, I hear a song. And so I thought it would be nice for my debut here on the Bob and Tom Show. Do a little tribute to you guys here.
Okay.
My wife was feeling frisky. We'd been drinking whiskey. That's when she said the magic words, "Baby, what you want?" So I grabbed a roll of duct tape and a toy out of her nightstand, and I hooked it to the end of my reciprocating saw. Right next to her dresser, I cranked up the air compressor, standing in my birthday suit with my safety goggles on. I can't describe the beauty or how fast it shook her booty with an attachment you won't find in the Sawzall catalog. When the firemen arrived, they just couldn't believe their eyes. She cursed my name and shot me a look so fierce. I said, "Honey, on the bright side, you always wanted your lip pierced." They applied the pressure and they tried to stop the blood while I explained to the cops about our reciprocated love. Someday we'll look back and laugh. Damn near cut my wife in half. I am no magician, David Copperfield, I ain't. But she is my sweet baby. She is one tough lady. Not every girl could handle 40 stitches in her taint. Doctors say that she'll be fine. She'll be back up on all fours in no time. I feel so bad that she could have been killed. I should have stuck to basics, my trusty craftsman drill. I get down on my knees and thank heaven up above. She will live to tell our grandkids about our reciprocated love.
Wow. Brian Hayner.
All right.
That's Brian Hayner.
I'm Donnie Baker, and I'm going to be a pro baseball player. I swear to God I am. A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing. The fact remains, I'm probably the best player I know of. My Little League coach held me back because his son had a decent curveball. There's a certain range I've got, but I basically put my hopes in this. I had a full-ride scholarship to play ball at the University of Phoenix, but I had Tommy John surgery on both knees, so can we stop now? I'm also a pitcher. I can pitch. I've got what they call a rubber arm. I can throw right-handed for days. I can throw left-handed for days. A lot of people, I'm basically amphibious. So I've told coaches before, put me on the mound. The secret to pitching for me is I like to check the runner when there's nobody on base. Throws a hitter off. I swear to God it does. This is third base. I've been there before, but usually it was after proms, man. But I probably know more about the scoring position than anybody I know of. Basically, my knowledge of the game, I've been taught in different ways, but I've also invented things. I like to get my lead at third base backwards. That way the pitcher thinks there's nobody even here. It's a lot easier to steal home, and with my martial arts expertise, I've been trained at Discount Karate to scissor kick the catcher, and I can even break his karate artery if I had to. So there's no chance of a Pete Rose situation at home. I win it every time, especially if I got my Bush shirt on.
One of my favorite things you've ever discussed in the show, and if you wouldn't mind maybe doing a little bit of this for me, you have talked about marriage on this show to the point that we actually get requests all the time.
Well, good.
For people to hear your little discussion about this, which is brilliant. And I don't want to give away any of it, but would you mind relating a little bit? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, I was married for 3 years, and which is not a long time, you know. We were supposed to be together until one of us died.
True.
I never even had a fever.
Yeah.
My friends were shocked I got divorced. You're getting divorced? That's weird. You seem so happy at the wedding. The wedding? Yeah, that's not part of the marriage.
No.
It's like telling a shark attack victim, gee, you seemed okay on the beach. And to speak to Christy's point, you know, my wife felt I was too down, I was too negative. Well, this divorce should help.
Yeah, there you go.
She said I had changed. You know, you didn't used to be like this. If I'd known going to be like this, I never would have gone to bed with you. Hey, guess why I didn't tell you?
Yeah, okay.
And of course, you know, marriage is hard. We all know it. The proof here in the room, the success and. Einstein.
Gotcha.
Marriage is so hard. Einstein got divorced.
Albert Einstein's unbelievable.
Yeah, Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're here live at the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee's there at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Hey.
Looking adorable as ever.
Oh, thank you.
Pat Godwin, also looking adorable as ever.
Even at my age, thank you.
Jeff Oskey's over there running the board today. I'm Josh Arnold, the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. And listen to this, Steven Singer's limited edition, brand new, Blue Moon 24-karat gold-dipped rose for Mother's Day available right now. Limited quantity, though, so get yours today at IHateStevenSinger.com. And, Tom, we are joined this morning by, I think most people would say, two of the biggest jerks out of Hollywood. I don't understand why.
Insufferable to be around.
Wow.
It's really, really difficult.
Yeah, we're part of a trio. The Jerks.
The Jerk Trio, ladies and gentlemen.
Billy Gardell, comedian and actor, has joined us in the studio. We've been talking to Billy. And then an old friend of the show, he is actor. I almost said comedian. You're a very funny guy. He's actor Drew Powell. And Drew is currently featured in a show that I'm actually watching called The Pit, which is not like The Pit and the Pendulum. It takes place in an emergency room.
No, it isn't.
Well, no, I didn't. That's the problem with the titles of some of this stuff. Unless you know what it's about, you don't know. I mean, the show ER, I get it. It's about an emergency room. The Pit, what is it? Some kink fest? In any event, it's a great show.
ER.
It's a great show, and it takes place. Each episode of the show is 1 hour of real time.
That's right.
In an emergency room in Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
And it's incredible. Now, I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in. All I've seen is you are in the waiting room bitching at everybody. And I have been told it gets worse.
Yes, well, it is an incredible show. It was awesome to be a part of. Noah Wiley is the star. You might remember him from ER. We were actually on another show, on a show called Leverage in New Orleans.
Great show.
And we had a lot of fun with that. He was acting in that in the morning and then writing for The Pit in the afternoon. And so that guy was doing double duty, and he was telling me about it. And he's like, I said, "Ooh, man, this sounds pretty good." And he said, John Wells, who did ER and The West Wing and Shameless, and Scott Gemmell, who did the original ER. I'm like, this sounds like this is going to be really good. And I said, you better get me in there.
There you go.
And I still had to audition, believe me.
Now, what is it like? We have 2 actors in here, and you guys have never met, but you immediately start comparing, and all of a sudden you know certain guys. How do I get on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I loved what you said the last bit about how you and Lance would see each other.
Every audition.
Exactly. I have the same thing. For me, it was Eric Stonestreet, who ended up doing.
He's a great guy.
You find your crew or whatever.
And it's your type, right?
Yeah, there's just a room full of guys like
exactly.
you.
Me and Eric were you guys like 5 years down the road.
That's great.
But now in today's world, we were talking not too long ago. you audition you're in your kitchen with a video camera, so you don't have that thing of seeing the same guy that looks kind of like you that can do the same thing.
I don't care for it. Do you like the phone audition? Because I believe you bring your energy into the room, and I used to like that. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it's true. You've been great here today, but every time we have you on the phone, it's just miserable.
It stinks, right?
Really awful.
When you do an audition on the phone, it's right up there with, I'm eating olives, everybody. Hey, everybody, I'm eating olives.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I did one yesterday in my parents' living room with my wife on the FaceTime.
My wife's
right?
See, that was my next. That was my next question. So if your wife's doing it, all of a sudden does she become a director and go, wait, that was a terrible take?
They're born directors.
Absolutely.
Yes, we
Direct
are,
my life.
And producers. Let's try that again.
We need some more hair and makeup over here.
Feeling, please.
God,
I've read sides. That's right. I know the terms. I was reading something for comedian Greg Warren. He was auditioning for something. Greg. And he started yelling at me because I was really acting. He goes, hey, you're not auditioning for this, right?
You know what's funny, dude? Greg Warren was the original Molly. And I'll tell you how. I got the audition for Mike and Molly, and I was working on my audition, and I was in St. Louis, and I was working the Funny Bone there, and Greg was in town, and I go, hey, man, can you come over and just read these sides with me? And Greg, man, he treated it like wrestling practice. Like, I'll be there at 1 o'clock. We're going to go over these sides. Like, I'm surprised he didn't come with a whistle. But he really, he helped me, man. We ran that thing till I knew it airtight, and I was so grateful because I was so prepared when I went out there. And then I guess about 2 years into Mike and Molly, they had me guest host the Late Show for a week for Craig Ferguson, and I got to pick a few guests, and Greg was my first guest because I wanted him to come on.
And also, you knew he wouldn't bring a date, so there'd be more food. I can't be nice. Come on. We're hanging out. This is so much fun. We're hanging out with comedian and actor Billy Gardell and actor Drew Powell.
I do have some news about the Pit. Because season 1 just ended in middle of April, and HBO has already announced that season 2 will premiere in January of 2026.
Congrats, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Well,
and by the way, Christy, you can't watch it.
I know, it's too bloody.
It's extremely.
That's a nice deep breath before summer when you get picked up. You're like, oh, thank God. Who wants to go to Hawaii?
But I have a question. Are you still going to be a patient?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's and they've not only have they said that, they've actually said what I read is that it's going to be 10 months in the future, moving on from last season, and it's going to be over the July 4th weekend because apparently they get a lot of action in the ER.
Hey,
listen, in Pittsburgh, July 4th, there's going to be some firework injuries. I promise you.
I was actually, I told this story, I was at a fireworks event, and before the fireworks, there was like a buffet thing, and I sat down with a guy I didn't know that was an ER doc. Mm-hmm. He wasn't able to drink that night because his wife would later explain, he'll be sewing somebody's eye back in about 3 hours.
He's a DD, the designated doctor.
They'll get some action on July 4th.
Absolutely.
It's a great show. But now, 2 things. One, the beard looks good.
Thank you. A little more gray in it, thanks to that strike and freaking COVID.
Okay. Little shop talk.
It's been a rough, because they say that the gray comes like 6 months later or a year later. I'm like, it's coming.
Now, you are also working on the upgrade of, what is it? The reboot is the word?
Yeah, reboot sequel of Malcolm in the Middle.
Good. They did invite you back for that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I just came from that. So I was in Vancouver, took the red eye so I could get here for the Pacers game, my beloved Pacers, which we won. And then it was, and you'll appreciate this, Billy, like I got my SAG card on that job. That was the job that I had the audition. I poked myself in the eye in the audition. Literally. So I got to tell the story real quick. So the line, I was tough cadet, auditioning for tough cadet number 2. And the line was, I'm looking down the hallway and I say, comment on the floor, 10 Hut. And this was at CBS Radford Studios. Right down, I walked there from my little place where I was living. It's packed. The producers, the directors, the casting. It's in one of those tiny little rooms. Guys sitting on the edge of the couch. It's just packed. I'm nervous. I got my little army shirt on. I think it's a big moment. And I say, comment on the floor, 10 Hut. And when I tell you, I hit eyeball. Like I felt the gooshiness of my retina. And I just yelled an expletive at the top of my lungs because there was no trying to couch it. And so I'm down with my hand over my eye, and it's quiet for a minute, and then the laughter starts, and then it gets bigger, and then it gets bigger, and then a dude fell off the couch. They absolutely wet themselves laughing at me probably. But I got the job, and what happens is you get Taft-Hartley, and they say, well, we couldn't find anybody, so please let him in the union.
Yeah.
And that's a big moment,
I
right?
got Taft-Hartley, too.
Yeah.
That's great.
On what show, do you remember?
I don't remember. It may have been King of Queens. That might have been the one, because that was my first. But I had a similar thing happen to me, but it was because it's like a weird thing happens while you get the job.
Yeah.
I auditioned for Desperate Housewives one year. And
I can see it.
It was all these muscular, like there was supposed to be an undercover detective, but he's supposed to be real handsome and rugged.
Yeah.
And I opened the door, like the Michelin Man, and it's a room full of guys that look perfect. I'm like, you know what? I'm staying.
Yeah.
And I was somehow I got that part, and I ended up I had a scene with Eva Longoria, got to kiss her to cover the bad guys. And it was great to just put all those muscle guys on the unemployment.
Yeah. Doesn't that feel good?
It really did. Yeah. It really did. I'm not usually a spiteful person, but that day, yeah. Everybody looks like Clark Kent.
I was reading this book about, just to say, this very, very famous actor. And he was saying no matter how good people are and how famous they are, actors are all the same. It'll always be. He was literally working with Laurence Olivier. And he goes, I'm not sure I'm going to get a gig after this.
Yeah.
The minute you wrap,
absolutely.
You think, well, it's over.
Yeah.
You did.
Dustin Hoffman said the best part about being an actor is you're always running scared, and the worst part about being an actor is you're always running scared.
There it is.
It's the truth.
So now, are you done with Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, we finished. They're still going, but so basically, it's 25 years on, and everybody's back. I have to tell you, man, it was such an emotional experience. I was so surprised because we all came back. I hadn't seen most of these people for 25 years. I just worked with Brian's daughter, who's in the pit. She plays Mel King, the one with the sister, and she's really talented.
She's on the spectrum in the show.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that's kind of what they're implying.
So it was like everybody just kept hugging and crying. And there's just because you don't get to do that in a show, and you don't get to come back 25 years later. In fact, Brian said. It was me and there's two other cadets. We were in the military school, and he said, "You guys are the age I was when I was doing Malcolm in the Middle."
Wow!
It was like, "Whoa, this is full circle moment." And everybody picked up where they left off. The first thing I walk in the set and I see Brian and Jane, Hal and Lois, like making out in the corner, and everybody's trying not to be loud because we're all laughing so hard. It's going to be great. Disney Plus.
Did they bring Gary Anthony Williams back?
Yeah, I just saw it.
He's a dear friend of mine.
Oh, there you go.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
love that guy.
Yeah, he does. Do you do Who's Line as well with all those?
He
cats?
does. Yeah, and it's super talented. We got him in Mike and Molly a couple times. Just a great guy. Our kids went to the same elementary school, so me and Gary, during our unemployed phase, we were the guys picking our kids up. You get anything? Nah, nothing. Yeah, me either. All right, I'll see you at 3.
Been there.
Is there any? Would there ever be a Mike and Molly reboot?
I don't know, man. I'd certainly be open to it. I think that's kind of a trend now. Is
most of the cast still extant?
We all have lunch about every month, once a month. We all get together and we check on each other's kids. And
the gentleman who played, I guess it would be like the father-in-law or whatever. What's his name, Mr.
Vince?
Vince, yeah.
The guy who talks like that? Yeah, he's not acting. They found him in Buffalo.
He is. I just worked with him on Cooper's Bar.
Cooper's, that's his thing. Right on.
Yeah.
No,
he's terrific.
He is so funny.
The greatest guy in the world, man. All you got to do is ask him, Lou, what's bothering you today? I'll tell you, okay? Now, I'm not one to complain. But he is lovely. He's the one guy, dude, that could kill me on the set.
Oh, he was hilarious.
He's the guy, because as a comic, you don't crack too often, but he would crush me, man.
The episode where he's
come at you with those eyes and those sausage fingers.
Where he's in the bathtub.
What is happening here?
One where he's in the bathtub.
Oh, it's the best. Fearless. They had him in a diaper for. Then he came down one time dressed as Cupid because they were always into some weird kink. You just didn't know what was going to happen. I used to have to make him say his lines like a couple times before the take, so that I could hold it together because he just had a delivery system that's great. He's a great actor. In fact, he's in that new De Niro movie, Alto Nights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he plays, I think, Bonanno.
We're talking with Billy Gardell and Drew Powell. We're going to continue to do so. And I'll give you a quick reminder. It's going to be a nice weekend. You want to be calm and cool, collected at your home, perhaps watching a great TV show, and not worried about somebody breaking in. That's where Simply Safe comes in. Interestingly enough, most break-ins and burglaries happen happened during daylight hours, according to the FBI. Now, we trust Simply Safe here at the Bob and Tom Show. In fact, we have it. I actually saw Drew Powell skulking outside.
I was looking in your car.
Trying to get in. But no, I see him on camera. It's a Simply Safe camera. They've got something new called Active Guard Outdoor Protection. They can actually see someone trying to lurk and bust into your place. Get all the details by going to simplysafetom.com. They have AI-powered cameras going on and professional agents monitoring them. See what I'm talking about? No long-term contracts. No cancellation fees. They call it Simply Safe because you can actually install it yourself. Chick McGee installed it himself like a dozen years ago. He was the first one of us to grab onto this. So visit simplysafetom.com for more information. And by the way, today claim 50% off a new system with professional monitoring plans and get your first month for free. Get the details at simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Coming up, we're going to hang out with Billy Gardell and Drew Powell. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey everybody, it's Frank Caliendo, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of stand-up dates, and I'm not sure where to put my hands right now, but this is the deal. We're going to be in places like Appleton, Wisconsin, Toledo, Ohio, Des Moines, Iowa. There's a whole bunch of them. We'll let you know how to do that on the screen right here. And why did I say we? Is that my new pronoun? No. I have a bunch of other people with me. Those people are Patrick Keene. You've seen his teeth, probably on your dentist wall. They're tremendous, very good teeth. Willie Griswold. You know why he's with us. And of course, Al Jackson.
And that's when they realized it's going to be a fun show.
Last time you were here,
yes,
you got talking about catchphrases.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even sure you remember this.
In fact,
I remember it.
we actually use it.
We use it a lot.
Right now.
And
How's that working for you?
You know, I got to say that, you know, I'm a comic, so everything, and when I improvise something, it's a throwaway. And I'm certain that I've thrown away my career and the potential for a decent career 100 times. I've had people say to me, you know, that baked bean bit, the funniest thing I have, and I don't know what
they're talking about.
You know, because it's like, you know, I got my stuff, and then I got my, because you had that guy on from Bruce Springsteen earlier.
Sure,
and he was talking about working with the boss, and the boss way he works a set list. That's me.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say I'm like Bruce Springsteen, but I'm like Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
You change it up every
I
night.
I have a set list, and then I'm willing to.
Then you never follow it. Yeah.
You know, I'll do what I need to do. I'll do whatever I got. It's like making love. You know.
But you do it
right now.
Oh, that's right.
See, we love that phrase, and you've given it up. Then we were hoping
I did it. You know, and when I did,
there's no right now T-shirts.
When I did the Bob and Tom Show tour, I don't know if I told you I did it.
Sure.
And Chick introduced me. He introduced me with that catchphrase.
Oh yeah, it's starting. It's starting.
Is it sweeping America?
And
we want to. We'll bring you back on the tour, but only if we can do the right now thing.
Oh, look!
Could I hear
what I gotta do?
Could I hear the baked bean bit right now?
Because you know, sometimes my mom used to make baked beans with her special sauce.
Yeah.
Which was mustard, ketchup, and sugar. And she would, you know, she goes, go on to the dinner, come here right now. Right now. And she had this really deep voice. That's before she stopped smoking.
Yeah.
She was a Pall Mall babe.
Wow. Did the sugar make the beans
Brown sugar.
Sweet?
It was a brown sugar. It was like the best thing in the world. And
Yeah.
my father was overweight, and so my father, and no matter what, she couldn't do any wrong. You know, this is the greatest thing I ever. You know, it's mustard and ketchup and
brown sugar.
A lot of sugar in there,
and some Campbell's baked beans. And he we could have. If God bless my father. May he rest in peace. He would have been happy with a trough.
Fill it with oats.
And I'll tell you something. My father lived for dinner.
Did he?
Mustard?
Yeah.
Because my father, you know, my father was. He was a real man. He was a Marine Corps lieutenant colonel. We've talked about this before.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
My father was in World War II. My grandfather World War I. I enlisted in the Army out of high school. Just missed Vietnam. But I was in time for our country's war on drugs.
How'd you do?
Technically, I fought for the other side.
We have to take a break right now.
Right now.
comedy duo of Abbott and Costello are well known for their classic routine, Who's On First? But this, too, is hopelessly out of date. Here's my version with the help of Mr. Dean Metcalf.
Okay.
Hey, Abbott! I'm the new team doctor. You being the manager, you got to tell me what drugs the different players are taking.
Certainly. Well, who's on roids? What's on cocaine? I don't know's on meth.
That's what I want to find out.
I say who's on roids, what's on cocaine, and I don't know's on meth.
Are you the manager?
Yes.
Well, then who's on roids?
Who?
I mean the fella's name.
Who?
The guy on roids.
Who?
What is the name of the guy on roids?
What is on cocaine?
No, I don't know what's on cocaine.
No, he's on meth.
Look, do you know who's on roids?
I'm telling you. Who?
The fella on roids.
Who?
What is the name of the guy on roids?
What is on cocaine?
I don't know. He's on meth! There I go, back on meth again.
All right, now calm down, calm down.
Listen, who comes up to me, tells me he wants me to shoot him in the ass. I take the syringe, fill it with roids. I shoot who in the ass?
There you go. That's the first right thing you've said all day.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
All right, so you know the players?
Forget the players. I need some heroin.
What did you say?
I need some heroin.
That's our shortstop.
Why I order?
End scene.
End scene. Paul Mercurio.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee.
Hi.
Pat Godwin. Hello. Jeff Oskey. Hello. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Tom. Tom, we're joined by a couple of our pals.
With us in the studio, comedian and actor Billy Gardell. And also with us in the studio, the man who once portrayed Hoss Cartwright.
It's not Cockright. It's Cartwright.
Cartwright.
Yeah.
Sorry, the benefits of a classical education. Hoss Cartwright. Thank you. He is Drew Powell. And didn't you? Am I correct in saying you met your wife while playing Hoss?
That's right. Yeah, she was a makeup artist on the show. And that's a funny audition story, too, because I went in. This was a young Hoss Cartwright. He's supposed to be 17, I think. And I walk into the audition room, and it's no joke. It was like a bunch of chubby 12-year-olds and their moms in their little hats and their vests. I'm like, oh, gee. I mean, like children. Yeah. Like, this is not like. And I got up. This is a true story. I sat there for a minute. Like you said, like, you know what? I'm staying. I'm not staying. No, this is ridiculous. This is some Sesame Street. What is this nonsense? I put my hand on the door, and Jackie Birch, the old casting director, you remember her? Yeah. She's like Joey's agent on Friends. Like, hey, stop. Yeah. I'm hand on the door, stop. And I turn around, she's like, come here. And then they sit me down, and she and her assistant talk about me like I'm not there. It's like, well, maybe if you put Vaseline on his face. Next thing you know, I got the job, and I was on the phone with David Dortort, the original creator. He was 95 years old.
Bonanza?
Yeah. He was telling me stories about how he's like, well, I put up $1 million, and Ford put up $1 million, and we decided to do the first color show in television. I'm like, this is like real history dripping out of this dude's mouth. It's total class act. And he did like High Chaparral and all these classic.
And you filmed it in Australia, right?
We shot, of course, the classic American Western.
Yeah.
The number of times we had to stop for like cockatoos flying through, or a wallaby. Doing a scene, my mother's dying, I'm weeping, like kind of like, what? That was great. He's like, there's a wallaby in the back of the shot. I'm like, oh.
Well, of course, we all know that the Ponderosa was very big.
Yes.
Yeah, it covered most of Virginia and all the way to.
Drew, we got to take that again. Paul Hogan just walked by.
That's not a nine.
We got a dingo in the back.
You just hear a didgeridoo in the back.
Funny.
God.
Funny story about that, though. So let's take it back to the pit. Fiona Dourif plays the doctor that has the ankle,
Yeah, I love her.
She's great.
She's fought Chucky a couple times.
Yes, well, her dad was the voice of Chucky, Brad Dourif, and also Billy Bibbit and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and, like a legendary actor. He was on the show, and the first time I met him, we're all staying in this like townhouses, and they're all in kind of a circle, and I walk up, and there's this guy playing the didgeridoo on the porch, and it's Brad Dourif. He's like, "Hey, man." Of course Hey, man. I said, "You play the didgeridoo?" "Yeah, I learned it during my first divorce." Wow. It really helps me clear my mind.
Wow.
He was the one that said, I was at Woodstock. He's like, "Yeah, man, they said don't take the brown acid. I already took the brown acid." Too late.
The didgeridoo, wow.
Yeah. He was really good at it, too. It was impressive.
What is it like a bassoon or something?
It's a big tube. Yeah. It's almost like a
made of
root,
wood.
right?
Yeah,
a root,
perhaps.
No, it is wood, but it just looks like a...
It's incredible.
I think I have the sound of a didgeridoo.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's it right there.
There it is.
Oh, that is beautiful.
This would be good in an alien movie.
That clears your mind. That makes mine hurt.
I don't know. But the thing about it, it's a circular breathing, so they never stop. So they inhale, through the nose while they're breathing out. That's the tricky. So I think that's the zen of it all.
That's why parents don't ever want to get one for their kids, because it never stops. Right
true.
there. That's awful.
True.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was a hell of a job. Veronica, my wife, swore she'd never date an actor. Yeah. And I promised my agent I wouldn't fall in love. Literally, last thing, she's like, "Don't fall in love when you go down there." I never.
It happens all the time.
Exactly.
How long were you in Australia?
9 months.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was one of those deals that where we were going to shoot in L.A. and then I get a call when I'm back in Indiana visiting my sister's high school graduation. They're like, "So a little change. We're going to Australia. I need you to pack for 6 weeks or 6 months." Because we don't know what's going to happen. And I was there for 9.
Whoa.
So talk about a life change.
What happened to the movie?
Which
was the Bonanza movie on regular screens? Or was
it was a series called The Ponderosa, and it was on PAX TV, which was, we were on right after Billy Ray Cyrus. He played Doc, the country doctor in the city. So it was a network that they tried to be like this wholesome family network, and then it kind of went away. But yeah, we shot 20 episodes.
Is it still floating around out there?
I think it's like there's DVDs, but the DVD only has half the season. And maybe there's some, I think on YouTube, maybe you can see it. And it was done by the woman that did Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. You remember that? So she's real wholesome. And it's like,
We always hear about residuals, and I don't want to make you guys give me any numbers, but
$1 million.
I've read about there's apparently some bar in LA where if you get a residual that's less than
residuals in the valley. It's on Ventura. If you have a residual, I think it was back then, it was under $2. You got a free drink.
And then they put them up on the wall.
And they put them on the wall.
Yep.
Do you still get the occasional obscure check for 17 cents?
Oh, I just got one the other day for 1 cent. 1 cent.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those that you look at and you're like, it costs them more to mail.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely crazy.
Do you cash it?
Hell yeah!
I was going to say,
I earned that penny.
right.
That's the thing about residuals, though, is that most of the time who can figure out how it's structured. So it's just like money that comes in the mailbox. And that's why the one thing about the strike was you realize that was all gone for a big, because it's leading up to, it's over. So I realized I didn't really think much about how important that was until it was like, oh, that's gone. That hurts.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's what happens when you allow the nanny to go negotiate your contract. I mean, I never went to college, but I think we should have sent a lawyer. Your representation. This guy was number 2 on Magnum in 78. He's going to be talking for us.
Once a week they'll go, talks have stalled. And we're like, they probably got tired of hearing Frank's we just need a break.
All right.
Unbelievable.
If you're just joining us, hello. This is the Bob and Tom program. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios with 2 great guests, the distinguished actor and comedian Billy Gardell, and an actor that was been a friend of the show for a while, played Haas Cartwright, currently seen in The Pit.
You said it again.
Did I say Cartwright again?
No, you still kind of said cock. I mean,
Well, it is.
at some point we're going to have to yell Freudian slip.
It is a Friday night. The bus station's open. Sorry.
I will say real briefly, the guy that played Adam Cartwright was a friend of mine. He lived in Hollywood over on Franklin, right by Bourgeois Pig and all that. And he had at the time a chopped off convertible, like a 60-something Continental. And one morning he gets into this car, and in the back seat is a VHS tape, and he puts it in the VHS. It's called the Pounderosa.
Excellent.
Is exactly what you thought it was.
A wonderful parody.
Pounderosa. Oh, dang it, Paul.
No, I don't. Are there? I'm assuming is there a sphere of pornography that is based on sitcoms? Do they do like a?
I'm sure. Yes, of course. There have to be not the Brady's or whatever.
The Dick Van Dyke Show.
Was there a Mike and Molly one?
No. I don't think anybody was putting us in a pair of porn. Imagine hearing Lou in a porn.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Right there. That's perfect. Nice work.
Let's talk with Billy for a second. Billy Gardell, we talked a little bit about your early days doing stand-up, and then did you always in the beginning think I could be an actor? Was that even on the...
It was actually, but that was one of my goals. My first goal was to pay the rent with stand-up, and my second was to figure out how to get into sitcoms, because that was what I love to do. That's what I set out to do.
Were you in the school play, that sort of thing?
I had a great drama teacher in high school. I was supposed to graduate in '87, had to take another lap, and the only reason I did was because my grandmother guilted me into, I just want to see one of my grandkids walk across the stage. Thanks for dumping that on me. So I stuck around, and I got to be friends with the drama teacher, a guy named Kid Haskett. And in high school, this guy they won the state festival in Florida every year. I mean, this guy made us do real work. Like, we did the Ballad of the Sad Cafe. We did the Book of Job. We weren't doing like our town. And this guy, even in 11th grade, he was teaching us about Meisner and Stanislavski. Wow. And, like, he really, I owe that guy. Because I would skip school a lot in high school, and he would say, look, if you're going to skip, just come here, and we'll talk about theater, and we'll talk about acting, and you can help build sets. If you're really going to do this, just come here. So I spent like 4 hours a day with that guy, and he really changed my life.
Drew, were you a high school drama guy?
Yeah, and I was just thinking that as you said that, how many of us have that story of the one person that really
took you serious at what you wanted to be, right?
And look, I was a ham from a long time ago. Like in kindergarten, they had me around doing the night before Christmas because I had it memorized. And but Carol Bellis, God rest her soul, she was the choir and drama teacher at Lebanon High School in Indiana, and she knew that I had the thing, and so she, like, our junior year we did Fiddler on the Roof, which we had no business doing that musical in Lebanon, Indiana.
Were you on the roof?
Yeah, I was Tevye.
You were Tevye? You played Tevye?
Absolutely. Yeah, it changed my life.
We have the disease. We need the cure.
Exactly, yes.
That's outstanding.
Oh, I loved it. And I got into it. I did the research. I saw the touring show came through IU. We went and saw it. I was studying what it is, a pogrom in Russia. So I really, and then the performance then was like the best. Like when you do the homework and you're just out there, it's like every moment I was soaking it up. So, and that was the moment like, oh, I think I want to do this for the rest of my life. I had no idea how in the heck that was.
Do you still remember some of the lines?
Oh, yeah, all the songs. I sing them all the time.
Now you're more like Hevya. Bigger fella.
Hey, wouldn't have to work hard.
There's a good chance you saw Bob's brother Peter. He played Tevye.
Is that right?
Yeah,
he killed it. He was great.
Yeah, he was great.
Well, that's amazing.
Now, Billy, have you ever had to sing?
I had to sing on Mike and Molly one time. There was an open mic night, and Anthony Williams was he was the host of the open mic night.
Yes.
And I did Lean on Me by Bill Withers.
Yes.
What was really cool was there was a Rolling Stone article about him about 3 weeks after we did that show. And they asked his wife, what's his favorite things to do? And he said, well, he loves to listen to music, do the crossword puzzle, and watch Mike and Molly. So we put that up on the bulletin board because we thought that was just a gift from the heavens, which was really cool.
Great. Are you really good at memorizing lines? Some people I know can read it once, they've got others really struggle.
It's musical to me. So once I hear it, it's in there. I don't know where my keys are or where my glasses are, but for some reason in that thing, it's musical to me. Like once I hear the beat of how it sounds, it sticks.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great. And the truism is good writing is easy to memorize. Bad writing is impossible.
That is an incredibly true statement. When it's just clunky, you're just like, oh God, because you're already in your head anyway. But then when you read a sour one, you're like, this is how
you go first, Billy. Did your wife ever help you run lines?
Early on in the early days, and then
did she direct?
No, she's so sweet because she would just read the stage directions too, and I'm like, Mike crosses over. Yeah, you don't got to read that part. But she was so patient, man. Yeah, she used to do that with.
Now, do you ever run lines with the missus?
Are you kidding? She's like Adam Sandler when he won. I think it was the Independent Spirit Award for the movie he did with Kevin Garnett, whatever that was called.
Uncut Gems.
Thank you.
Uncut Gems, brilliant.
He was brilliant. He thanked his wife for running lines with him, and it made me cry because it was like that. Like my wife is, I mean, I can't do it without her. She hates it. She's like, oh God, another one.
They're not excited about the audition.
Not excited.
They're not as excited as we are. About that.
And I can see you going. By the way, this is a nude scene, and I really, in order for you to for me to get into this, you're going to have to take your clothes off.
Sorry, it's the art. It's for the art.
Yeah, my wife is very secure about all that. She was great. Like I remember my buddy Joey O'Connell's a great comic as well, and he was my dialogue guy. Been my stand-in for years, but he'd be over, like we'd be watching football, and they would do the. You'd have the little head thing in the bottom, Mike and Molly coming in, and it would show us kissing. And he'd always try to round her up. But she'd be coming through the room and he'd go, Patty's kissing somebody else. And she'd go, better her than me. She was always great about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. My wife was a makeup artist, and she's actually had to put,
so she understood all that anyway.
Yeah, but she also, like, if I ever were to, like, rib her, I was like, well, yeah, I did have to put the, the cock sock on the actor. I was like, all right, enough. I don't need to hear about it. Right, you win.
That's my favorite brand. Right now, real quick, I want to remind you.
That on the air?
That's a thing. I've seen the band wear them on the stage.
Yeah.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah, Chili Peppers. Absolutely. Right now, I want to remind you, Mother's Day, when is it, Christy? A week from?
May 11th, a week from Sunday.
Okay, the clock is ticking. This is where Raycon earbuds come in, a great gift because perhaps that mother of yours wants to spend some time by herself, pop in the earbuds and music.
Quiet.
Perhaps anything but you speaking. The Raycon earbuds, they're perfect for this. They cost about half as much as those little white ones that keep falling out of your ears. How about this? Raycon earbuds, now a 32-hour battery life, and they've got a quick charge function. Just 10 minutes will give you more than 90 minutes of battery if you let them run out. The Raycon earbuds, they're also going to fit every ear. They're not going to fall out because they have adjustable gooey things, the name of which I forget.
Gel tips.
Thank you very much. Raycon's everyday earbuds, 30-day happiness guarantee return policy, by the way. And today, 20% off all over the site. So a good day to buy something for those moms out there. BuyRaycon.com/Tom is the way to go to save that 20%. Once again, BuyRaycon.com/Tom. Don't forget the over-the-head headphones. They're perfect for your kids when you're traveling because they'll get lost in their iPads and you can be free again. Oh, sorry, I was getting wistful. It's BuyRaycon.com/Tom. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Josh Arnold. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. During these commercial breaks, I get to enjoy some quiet time here in the studio. That's right. That's because while everyone else is in the break room waiting in line for that dirty old coffee machine, I'm enjoying some Josh time. Yes, just me and my Java House Peel and Pour pod. That's right. The rest of them can spend the next 6 minutes fighting over who gets to drink from that outdated technology. Not me. I just grabbed my favorite Java House pod, peel back the lid like so, pour it into my hot water here, and the rest of the break is just Josh and his amazingly smooth coffee. Barista quality. That's it. No muss, no fuss, no brewer required. Smooth as can be.
Hey, Josh, sorry I'm late. I was standing behind all those guys at the coffee machine. They're blocking my way.
Yeah, go figure, huh? Isn't it time you broke up with your brewer? Get started at javahouse.com and use promo code Bob and Tom to get 25% off your order. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. Oh, boy.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, hi. With us in the studio, comedian Sal D'Amelio and Scott Dunn hanging out with us. Scott, anything else in your life of interest these days?
Well, I just bought that van. So we're
that's right.
Savoring that. We're enjoying that.
Van. Now, van or minivan?
Minivan. In this day and age, everyone just assumes minivan when you have children.
I would think.
How many people have the conversion van? Is that what they're called still?
Oh, I would love a conversion van, but yeah.
Is that where you can convert it into a bedroom?
Yeah. Boudoir.
Sweet.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Knock one out on the way going down the road. Let's pull into that rest stop, honey.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to leave the kids at the previous rest stop because.
Well, none of them are going to be there. Buying a car is a grind. I haven't bought a car from a dealership. It is like a 2-hour, 3-hour grind.
That's tough, yeah.
And so you don't want to be stuck with some idiot.
No.
You want a professional. You want somebody. So I've done a little list of how you can tell whether your car salesman's professional or unprofessional.
Oh, really?
Okay, good.
Okay, we'll see.
All right.
A big bonus to these minivans is the DVD player in the back.
Oh, sure.
So if your salesman wants to show you how to operate it, that's professional. Mm-hmm. If he makes you go an extra hour on the test drive so he can watch the nude scene from American Pie, unprofessional.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Same token, you're buying a minivan for your family.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wants to show you the storage capacity, professional. If he wants to show you some great places to hide your weed,
All right.
Now, I understand that buying a car is negotiation. I'm trying to get a good deal. He's trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So telling me my offer is too low, understandable.
Okay.
Spitting in my coffee, unacceptable.
Wow.
Yep. On the same token, while we negotiate, if he tells you he needs to leave the room to go talk to his manager, that's probably okay.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. If he tells you he needs to leave the room to go drop a deuce, not okay. Not okay.
Too much information.
Wait,
Yeah.
$50 never killed anybody.
Well, he's never done this before.
Used cars, Christy.
Yeah. Now, this one's for the ladies, Christy.
Yeah.
If your car salesman offers you free financing, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If he offers you a free mustache ride, not great.
No.
It depends on what he looks like.
There you go.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Depends how cheap you're getting this car.
And
What do I have
finally,
to do to get you into this car today?
and finally, if your car salesman tells you that the van is a certified pre-owned car, that's professional.
Yes.
If he tells you it's a certified poon wagon, unprofessional.
The old.
But good to know.
Yeah, but good to know.
Thanks very much.
I'm not a stripper person. I don't go to strip clubs. No, I don't. I just.
I know. They come to you, right?
Right, well, kind of. So how I'm dating a stripper, I don't understand how that happened. And what happened was I met her outside of the situation. She's getting a little older to be that, and she said she was a writer. I met her at a social event. She goes, "I'm a writer," and I'm like, "Well, that's interesting. What do you write about?" She goes, "Well, I write about sex work, being a dominatrix, and stripping." And I'm like, "Why do you write about that?" She goes, "Well, that's what I do."
Oh.
So somehow or another, I just held on to writer. And
Fascinating writer.
yeah, fascinating writer.
In case your mother's still alive and you have to tell her.
See, right.
Writer, yeah.
So now I'm dating a woman who, who does dominatrix work. She spanks men and says, that whole thing. And I'm not into that. That's not my bag.
Right.
I just like.
It's not my scene, baby.
It's not my scene.
No.
But I know that if I'm dating her, how am I not going to end up tied to a bed eventually? How am I
don't
gonna
know that.
Right, because I'm like, well, this is what you do. Let's give it a try.
I picture you tied to a ceiling fan and her saying goodbye.
Well, hold on, I'm writing that down. No, but here's what I could see. I go tied to ceiling fan.
Give her a good idea.
Yeah. Well, here's what I know. What'll happen is I'll end up tied to the bed. I'll be like, oh, no, I don't think I'm good with this. And she's gonna be holding a ball gag, saying the safe word is marry me.
Marry me. Mark Merritt is our guest.
Almost instantly.
Hey, it's what the hell's the name of this show? The Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jeff Oskey. I'm Josh Arnold. Tom, we're joined by two of our favorite guests.
It's a little bit of inside acting and comedy radio today. We have comedian and actor Billy Gardell and a very funny guy who happens to be an actor. He is Drew Powell. Billy on tour right now, doing some stand-up comedy back in the clubs, having a great time. And Drew, fresh off the set of The Pit, which is on Max.
That's correct.
Which is a really dumb move by changing the name of HBO. But
it's silly.
Here's a good idea. We got a great brand. Let's switch the name up.
Probably took 18 people to make that decision. God. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
But it's still a great show. And currently working on the reboot of Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
And Billy is a distinguished actor of a bunch of different shows. We've been talking about his career as doing, among other things, commercials.
Tom, Billy played a role, and Tom Hanks also played the same character, and I submit Billy's version is better.
Yeah, let's go.
That's really kind. I actually got a little bit of that online that people said.
What was which one was this?
I played Colonel Tom Parker in a short-lived series called Sun Records.
It was a really cool series.
It was great. It was directed by Roland Joffe, and it was about the $1 Million Quartet, Perkins and Cash and Elvis.
I remember
and
that.
Lee. And it was I think it's some of the best acting I did. I think about 8 people saw it because it was on CMT, and then they got the price tag and said, we should probably go back to the shows where people catch fish with their arms.
Did you?
That was the end of that. But it was a joy to play that.
Billy,
you
were
wonderful. Thank you,
Billy,
brother.
did you do
awesome,
the crazy Tom Hanks accent for the...
No, I didn't play him like that at all. My dad was a huge Elvis fan, and I'm actually in the Elvis Museum now across the street, the Car Museum. There's a poster of me as Colonel Parker.
All right.
My dad, like when I got successful, we took my wife's parents and my parents. We gave everybody their bucket list dream wish. Like, where do you want to go? Anywhere you want to go. So, like, her mom wanted to go to Hawaii, and my mom wanted to go to New York during the Macy's parade. And when we got to my dad, he's like, I want to go to Graceland. Nice. I'm like, Dad, I said anywhere. But my dad was the only guy, he loved Elvis so much. My dad was the only guy I ever knew that hated the Beatles. Because, and I quote, those hippies knocked Elvis off the throne. All right. Wow. All right. Okay. All right. So, but I got to play him. But when I talked to they gave us a lot of access. Like sometimes you get a role and people would go, okay, talk to this guy. He was there.
Yep.
So we got to talk to some of the Memphis Mafia, and we got to talk to the CEO of Graceland. And he said, look, when you play Colonel Parker, he goes, just remember, he did a lot of awful things, but he was so likable. It's the only way he got away with it. So if you just play him dark, nobody's going to believe he could con you. He was a con man, so you got to play him with a twinkle in your eye. So ironically, here's a Malcolm in the Middle reference. The two people that I based him on or mixed up the soup with was Foghorn Leghorn and Walter White.
Oh,
I figured if I put those two together, that's a good cocktail for this guy, and it made him likable and devious. So it was really cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I freaking love
when you guys are working on a contemporary show of some sort, is there a rule about cell phones? Do they have to be offset, or
There should be?
Well, it's funny you say that. You're absolutely. So on the Pit, John Wells and Scott Gemmell, like, you are not allowed a phone on a set.
Smart.
And you're not allowed sides on set.
Smart.
So consequently,
that means the script.
Yeah, Josh sides are.
They are part of the script. That so other lines, not yours. Yes, yeah.
But that's good. They're setting the tempo. You need to be ready to work.
Exactly. Yeah. And consequently, we were done by dinner all the time. Like, there was no late nights. Sometimes they were done by lunch.
It's almost as if you guys were doing your job.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy talk.
Now, did you ever blow any scenes in the Pit?
In the Pit, I was pretty locked in because I didn't, I had my moments, because that's the whole thing.
You play sort of angry.
Yeah, I play a guy that comes in with, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Doug Driscoll. He's misunderstood.
He's like the Colonel.
Yeah, exactly. He comes in with the chest pain, and he's, he thinks he's going to die of a heart attack, and then he's there for, 9 hours, and it's like, this is crazy. What's going on? So, maybe he makes some
triage,
bad,
my friend.
Maybe some bad choices along the way.
He does make some bad choices.
Yes, he does. He makes some bad choices. But my goal, and I love, it's so fun to be here with a fellow thespian, somebody I've really admired.
Thank you very much.
It's like we're in the club.
Me too, Pat. Me too.
I didn't say lesbian. But because there is this like camaraderie, this club, it's insane what we do. This is a dumb thing to do. It's insane. You're silly and dumb if you want to drive across the country to LA or New York and be a professional actor. But when you're doing it, it's the greatest thing in the world. And the process of it, which I know you really understand and appreciate, is like, it's part of the fun. I'm on the season finale of Tracker. Have you ever seen that show on CBS?
No.
Yeah. Big hit.
It's I think it's like number one on CBS.
You got a nice little string going.
Hey, buddy, we're on a roll.
Malcolm, knock wood, baby. Knock wood.
I'll trade it all in for one Mike and Molly. You hit the top of the heat, baby.
I'm like, if they ever do a movie with me, it'll be the last sitcom star. I was the last sitcom star.
It's true.
Last comic to get over the fence.
Here's my audition appointment from, it says 11/2/18. It's November to audition to play Douglas in Bob Hart's Abishola.
You would have been my brother.
I know.
Oh, man.
Son of a...
They missed the boat on
What
that.
happened?
We had, who got that role? Matt Jones. Matt Jones got that friend. He was...
I want him to die.
What was he? He was on Breaking Bad.
He was on Breaking... He's the guy.
Now, do you have your next gig?
for him.
Great
Drew?
guy to work.
Your next gig, is it lined up? And if so, just a yes or no will do if you can't talk.
No. That's why I was auditioning in my parents' living room.
Clothed?
Say basement. That would have been funnier.
That's why I was in my parents' basement.
It was the TV version of Oh Calcutta.
It is amazing, too, how quickly you go right to the back of the line.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, I used to pull into Warner Brothers at guard, and they knew me. And
Your face was on the side.
Dude, I literally had a poster on the wall, and now it's like, ID, please. I was here for 12 years. ID, please. Who are you here to see? Who are you here to see?
Yeah. One time I got to Warner Brothers, I forgot my ID, and the Gotham was on, and so I had not as big as yours, but my face was on there, which is maybe the biggest highlight of my career. But I'm like,
it's right
my
there.
face is on the board.
Right
You can
there.
have a look. And to his credit, he actually let me in.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, that's sweet. There are a lot of great stories about bands that can't get into their own gig. The Beach Boys famously couldn't get into the Ohio State Fair once or something.
Wow.
No, but seriously, it's Carl Wilson. He's a genius right there. We're speaking with Drew Powell and Billy Gardell. What a great time we're having. I know Billy has to get going, but not. Yeah, I think you can stay for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Well, good. We'll certainly look forward to hanging out and talking to you. Once again, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
My parents are fighting.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry to hear that.
They're fighting over the dryer. My mom says we need a new dryer, and my dad says we don't. And the fights are getting mean. I think they're going to start taking out those political attack ads against each other.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Colleen Warren wants a new dryer. We don't need a new dryer. Colleen Warren wants to waste our money. Money that could be spent on a new security system for this home. Colleen Warren wants terrorists to invade our home. This ad was paid for by me because I'm the one with the damn job in this house. Jerry Warren says the dryer isn't broken. Just like he said the air conditioner wasn't broken, the car wasn't broken, and our son Greg's arm wasn't broken. Haven't we had enough of Jerry Warren? This ad was paid for by Jerry Warren, and he doesn't even know it.
Really, yes.
So Dan, you're getting divorced. Huh?
I know. Yeah. But I mean, really, even on like careers, I mean, it is tough, on the road. But we're just so different too. Like, comedy, and she is an electrical engineer. Very, very different worlds.
Okay.
Wow.
And I probably should have listened more too, because I realized after her doing that for 9 years, the only thing I know about her job is that it has to do with electricity and engineering, and that's it. It's so boring. Like, I hate it. Like, she would try and describe it to me, and she would use these technical words that I don't understand. And then she would dumb it down with smaller technical words I also don't understand.
All right.
So it would just be frustrating. Like, I would feel like some dumb monster just incapable of knowledge. Just like, me no like talk now. Dan Hart hurts. Dan Hart sad. I mean, seriously, the things she would say.
That's very good.
But it would be like, would you guys understand this if she's trying? I'd be like, what do you do? She's like,
are you asking us if we understand divorce?
No, the job. The job.
Oh, the job. Okay.
Like, okay, because this is the kind of thing she would say. I'm like, no, seriously though, what do you do?
Right.
She's like, well, right now I design schematics to handle the downtown power grid voltage distribution. What?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what's the schematic do? She's like, well, schematic doesn't do anything. It just shows where the load's being carried. And I'd have to go 8th grade to make myself feel better. I'm like, well, I'll show you where the load's going to get carried. Dan happy now. Dan Hart. Fun again.
She'd be like, Dan, I'm serious.
Typical guy. Oh, yeah.
Dan got big load.
Yeah.
Well,
Dan been on road.
The problem was it was so dry. I knew I'd have to work so hard, and then in the end, it would just suck anyway. It would just be something boring I wouldn't care about.
Right.
Sometimes I'd want to just say, look, just stop talking. Do you or do you not build robots? No?
Yeah.
Then why are we talking?
Right.
She could build a robot.
Yeah, I guess she
Electrical
could.
engineer, sure.
Yeah.
I know. Why can't you do that?
She probably will.
Still.
Yep. Yes, one that
Replace me.
listens. Yeah.
Someone she can get along with.
Yeah. Who doesn't like meat? Hello.
Yes, that could very well happen. That'd be kind of a dillbot.
Okay. I think that's
So
the
it likes
first time
pickles. All right. Okay.
Insulted someone's ex-wife on the air.
No. A dillbot makes perfect sense.
If she's an electrical engineer, she can, make her.
Yeah, make whatever she
Who
wants.
knows? I'm sure she's a lovely person.
I just picture my son saying, my new daddy's a dillbot.
I'm not sure that.
I did go out with a girl a lot younger than me, which was an odd experience.
Yeah.
A lot younger, early 30s, very early 30s, 22. And
Yeah.
it was a mistake because I thought I'd be the older. Well, for two reasons it was a mistake. One, I thought I'd be the older, experienced man, and I would teach her about love. So I'm very confident. I'm giving her hot talk in her ear. I don't know if you've ever done that, where you're right next to someone's ear and you're kind of like. I'm paraphrasing.
I understand.
This is in the transcript. Hey, baby, you like that? You like what I'm doing, baby?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, well, I bet you do. Yeah, well, I think you're hot.
I think you're hot too.
I'm getting turned on by the own girl and my own routine. I'm actually
were
thinking,
you,
she sounds
no,
pretty
were you
cute.
doing both voices then?
Voices? Yeah, Bob and I are on the same page.
I'm not sitting there going, yeah, are you doing both voices while you're whispering in her ear?
Yeah.
It's like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
You all right?
It's just my sock puppet, honey. Just play along. Lonely time.
I think you're hot too.
Oh, yeah, do you? Well, I'm going to give it to you.
I want you to give it to me, baby. Tell me about what you got down there.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
Tell me what you got down there.
What do you want to know about it?
Just tell me all about it.
Well, I've had it my whole life. I keep it very clean. I'm fastidious about hygiene.
Now tell me what it does.
It works well with others. Team player, self-motivated.
But tell me how big it is.
Well, that is an issue of perspective. You can't judge it. You got to go right now?
Oh, come on.
Hey, see you on Craigslist. Another smooch girl.
Dwight Slade is our guest.
That was a bad move.
And it's Win.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee is there with her ascot.
Hello.
And the Silac Insurance
I
Company.
got 4 new ones yesterday, so just.
I'm glad you said ascot.
Yes.
That could have gone wrong. You got 4.
Excuse me?
Never mind.
All right. There's
I feel like since I'm sitting in chicks' chairs, it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that's the voice of Drew Powell. Exactly. Jeff Oskey across the way. I'm Josh Arnold, the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. And Tom, why don't you introduce our other guest?
We're talking with actor Drew Powell, currently seen in a great show called The Pit on the channel called Max.
No, I introduced Drew Powell, the other guy.
Yeah, but I've got a plan.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm going to tie this into something, which is fascinating.
This will be awful.
What a spin. I'm an art form. In and of myself.
I'm an art form.
Well, thank you very much. We are joined by comedian and actor Billy Gardell. Billy just told a great story. I hope you heard it about his dad was a huge Elvis fan.
Yeah.
And you gave him a bucket list for your folks and your wife's folks and took them wherever they wanted to go. Your dad wanted to go to Graceland.
Graceland.
And
Everybody else wanted Hawaii and Manhattan.
I have been to Graceland, and do you remember the room where they have Elvis sponsored a bunch of local baseball teams?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
But I was really hoping that their uniforms, they'd have the big collars. Like in the shades, coming up to the blade, number 7.
Have a little cape.
Yeah.
Their numbers are all bedazzled on the back of their
That's a
jerseys.
good idea. You might be onto something.
Yeah.
Now, Billy, I phrase is working on your new hour.
Yes, sir.
Which means you're doing stand-up and you're going out there. You said something really interesting to me. You said that you're not a guy that sits down with a paper and writes down your stories.
I wish I was prolific like that. I'm not. It's kind of like I said, even with acting, memorizing lines, we were talking about, it's musical to me. So like I usually come up with an idea, and then I'll just keep taping my shows until it falls into place, and then it becomes permanent. It takes me forever, man. I'm a slow guy. I wish I had that discipline to sit down and bang it up, but I don't. It doesn't.
So you listen to every single show, and then you pick out, oh, this worked, this didn't.
Well, I'll fast forward to where that new part is, and then listen to that. And my little matrix is like, say I got like 3 new lines, okay? I'll do those lines, and if like 1 and 3 work, I'll take 2 out and then put 1 and 3 together, and then try to build on that. And it just takes me forever, but once it's there, it's pretty solid.
When you were making a show like, say, Mike and Molly, and you're working with a great crew and going very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Did they do the thing where you get to watch it together, or you watch pieces of it? Do they show you stuff?
I don't understand.
Like dailies?
No, but you can watch a playback to see something. If you were curious about how you did something, you go, can you run that on playback?
Did you like doing that?
I watched the show every week because I watched it like in the football game room, tape. I want to see, did that okay? This could be better. You know, I never understood actors that were like, I don't watch myself.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why did you get into this?
Couldn't agree more.
I think, first of all, it's a joy to do it. Secondly, I think if you watch it, it's like game tape. You're like, okay, I could have been better there.
Was there any kind of a ritual? Did you like to watch it alone? Did you have a piece of paper to write down
We watched
stuff?
every Monday night, and I turned on every TV in the house hoping to help the ratings. I called my neighbors, put the TV on. I would tell people on stage when it came out, just turn it on. I don't care if you're watching. I just need the numbers. I need the numbers.
I love it.
How about you, Drew? Did you have a ritual about watching Gotham or any of your shows?
Yeah, I watched it for the same reason. I feel so pretentious to me. These people go, I don't watch it.
It's silly, right?
I'm like, come on, man. That makes no sense. But if you're talking about screenings, we'd had screenings on the Pit in Warner Brothers in a theater, and the times that I've had all cast screenings of the stuff that we do are so special because you're watching it with the crew and the cast, and it's the first, it's before it's airing, so everybody gets to see it, how all their hard work. You cannot overstate how important the crew is and what they mean, and they absolutely never get enough credit. But to be able to share that was some of my favorite stuff. Like we would do that, and
did you ever get an applause break?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. There's inside jokes and laughter when stuff happens, and yeah, we did that on the Ponderosa too. Like I remember that was my first series regular gig, and we were in a tiny town in country Victoria in Australia, and we were all staying in this hotel, and they'd take the ballroom and we'd watch it all together and have a drink. It was the greatest. It was the greatest. Yeah.
One cool thing about the show The Pit, there's no music.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they allow the action to dictate how you're supposed to feel.
Absolutely. Oh, is that right? Zero score?
And there's some like sometimes there's a little something underneath.
And the realism of the actual surgery, the stuff that takes place is phenomenal.
Yeah, I read that the scenes with medical stuff there's a doctor right there.
Many doctors and nurses.
They say this wouldn't happen, do that again. He wouldn't do that,
That's
she'd
right.
do that.
Absolutely. Dr. Joe Sachs is one of the writers, and he was on ER. And it's. I mean, I didn't have to do anything. I was, screaming obscenities. But these poor actors, like all this stuff, and then they have to do it, and they have to make it look seamless. There was so much rehearsal for that.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Because your character, you come in and you have chest pains, and you're waiting forever.
Yep.
From what I understand, in an emergency room, somebody comes in with chest pains. That's the first person to go back.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Did any doctor say?
Yeah.
Well, when you watch the show, you'll see
that all comes out. Okay,
and wait till you see
the freaking show, Josh.
What do you see? Season 2, titled "Drew Gets a Colonoscopy Against His Will."
I would watch, but I don't own a television.
I did.
He's strictly a book man.
Intellectual.
How do they shoot those realistic surgery scenes?
Well, I don't know. I was never in there, but they practice all of it and
like of a mannequin or
on a mannequin.
Like a mannequin thing.
Yeah.
That or they cut some lady's leg off.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I saw that episode.
And by the way, there's a scene where a woman's giving birth, and I saw more in that than I saw in my own child's birth. I was like, that's what it looks like?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you go in the makeup bus and there's like, oh, there's a penis and there's
you mean
they show catheters
disattached.
Yeah,
disattached.
Yes.
This is not like a P. Diddy movie.
No.
Okay. This is so exciting. Talking about
It's very interesting. I love.
I did hear a really nice thing. Noah Wiley, who's one of the writers, and he's the star of the show, and it's an incredibly bright guy. But he was saying, I guess he was on ER for 15 years or something. And he was saying that a number of doctors, real doctors, have come up to him and said, hey, listen, the reason I got into this is because I watched you on TV.
Yeah.
And I thought this is for me. So even though they're not really healing people on the set, they really are adding to the culture that will produce great doctors down the road.
You're exactly right. And then what happened is in COVID, that all went out the window because people saw these poor people on the front lines just getting blasted. Yeah. And so, there was a sense of like, that's why they wanted to do this show as a post-COVID thing. And that's a storyline, to try to bring more light to these incredible people that are saving lives every day. That's the thing. They see people on their worst day every single day.
Every day.
Yeah. Did you ever do ER?
No, but I have a buddy who's an EMT in Florida, and man, he said, it's unbelievable. Every time you show up to help someone, they're just screaming at you.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You're there to help, and they're yelling at you.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, today's world's different. I was talking to a friend of mine. You know that game Operation when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Did you ever play doctor when you were a kid? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no,
I think we all
yes,
do,
in
but-
today's world, when kids play doctor, they just stand there filling out insurance for them. And they
And
really
then get denied.
not a lot of.
You're going to have to file this again, sir, 3 times. I'm sorry. I've been taught to make you die.
Billy, you've got such a the ability to make your voice so funny, which I guess is great when you're a comedian. Have you ever been asked to do just like voiceovers for radio?
Man, I did a couple for street cred with my kid. I didn't really ever go into that world, but during Mike and Molly, my son was, let's see, he would have been 7 through probably 13, and his all-time favorite was Scooby-Doo. Like me and him saw every Scooby-Doo that was ever made ever.
Yep.
And so I called my agent and said, look, I need some credit with my kid because he doesn't care about the sitcom. So I did. I got to be on Scooby-Doo. I was the bad prison warden who was trying to keep the place shut down and haunted because I was going to sell it for a hotel or something. And I actually got to bring him, and he heard me say, and I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
That's like a bucket list line
It
for.
really was.
Absolutely.
And then I did. I was the only voice to ever speak as a human in the Ice Age series. I did the Ice Age Christmas. I played Santa Claus, the original Santa. And
That's what Santa sounds like.
I did.
I had no idea.
I got to sing. I am coming to town. I'm singing in third person. And then the other one I did was Phineas and Ferb, which is another one that he loved when he was growing up. But I just did that to impress him.
That's the greatest stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Did you ever do anything like that?
Yeah, I've done it. Like the voiceover thing is like getting in the mafia.
It's a hard click. I was just going to say that's a hard click to get into, man. It really is.
I've done commercials. I've done video games, which are weird when they strap the camera to your face while you're talking. And
I've never done one of those.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I was a voice for the Colts for a while. I could do their hype videos. That's fun as a big fan, So I enjoy it. I hate that because people are like, you should listen to your voice. You should do voice. I'm like, I'm trying.
I know. The problem is,
give me a job.
You sound just like John Cena, and he's getting them.
I know, it's true.
That is the problem.
No joke. He was doing that almond commercial.
I thought that was you for a while.
They brought me in to do a voice match, and I didn't get it.
Yeah. What? Because I thought that was you. The first time I saw those pistachio things with the elephant, I was like, Drew Powell's doing those.
John needed more money.
Here, I got
Good
one,
for him.
I got
Good
one
for him.
for you that I didn't get that's great. I did the Aspen Comedy Festival in 1998. So then I come home from the festival, and there's the breakdowns for the pilot season, and one of them says Billy Gardell type.
Oh.
I go in, and I didn't get it. I'm like, are you kidding? What?
That's insane.
It's in the breakdown. Billy Gardell type, and didn't get it.
Wow. That's like
Apparently, I wasn't good enough to play myself back then.
That was like the first time I went to Vegas, the Righteous Brothers were playing at the hotel down the street, and I asked the concierge guy. He goes, "No, they're terrible now. They got to go see the fake Righteous Brothers. They're in that. They got a fake Sinatra. They got a fake Elvis.
It's called the self-righteous brothers.
Wow. Billy, I know you got to leave.
Unfortunately, I do.
We love Billy Boy.
Thank you guys for having me.
course.
For always having me over all the years. And by the way, if nobody says it to you, thank you for all you've done for so many comics.
Oh, awesome. You're
so many
all very
comedians,
welcome.
man. You have really put a lot of people on the map.
If we could only jack up Drew's career a little bit.
Hey, you and me,
He's
we're working
rolling.
together.
Yeah, I'm gonna rub his shoulder. This guy's got the smoke right now.
Let's go.
He's got
me
the
and you,
smoke.
kid. We're going to have a good time on whatever that
All
thing
right.
is.
Right now, I want to remind you, it may be time to retire. And when it is, you're going to want to have some cash other than Social Security, of course. That's where something called an annuity comes in. Who are the experts? The Silac Insurance Company. Maybe you've got your money in the stock market right now. If you're like me, your 401k is now a 201Z. Well, the beauty of the Silac Insurance Company is when you got an annuity, it's a counter to, what do they call it, volatility. Meaning it doesn't matter if it goes up or down. You're getting that check anyway, and you can't even outlive your money. So see how this works. There's some restrictions, but maybe you can apply, and maybe you're a qualified candidate. The only way to get the details is from silacins.com. Actually, you can also make a phone call. You go pound 250 and say the words lifetime income. That's pound 250, say lifetime income, and find out what's going on in the world of annuities from our friends at the Silac Insurance Company. Once again, it's SILACINS.com. The Silac Insurance Company. Plan on it, live on it. We're coming right back. We'll force Drew to stick around at least. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
There's no easy way to say this, so I'm just going to say it. Kay, it's over. We have to break up. I'm breaking up with you. I have met somebody else. It's just better for me. Java House, peel and pour pods. I mean, you peel, all right? You pour the Java House cold brew into a cup of hot water, and in less than 10 seconds, voila. Amazingly smooth, barista quality. You don't have this. And you're a lot of work. Frankly, it shouldn't be this much work. I've stuck by you, you know that. When you were broke, it's not easy to say, but I just have to tell you, you're gross. Java House offers me so much more, not just coffee, teas, energy drinks. I appreciate you taking this as well as you are. I was worried you'd be all steamed up about this. That's disappointing. Perhaps I gave you too much credit. It's over, and I'm keeping the cats.
Java House, amazingly smooth cold brew coffee. Enjoy barista quality coffee in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. It's effortlessly easy. In fact, the hardest thing about Java House, well, that'll be figuring out which one of their many great beverages to try next.
You don't have to watch this.
Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
We have Etta May in the studio with us. Etta May is the mother of several. What is the official count now?
4.
Okay, great.
Not counting my husband. Yeah.
You're done, right?
Thank you. My oldest boy, Bud, is 17, and then Corona, she is 16, and Miller is 13, and then Jack is 8.
There's a theme there.
Well, Jack. No, trust me, after the third one, I had graduated to hard liquor.
Understood.
It helps. Yeah, and Jack is just a dream.
Is he?
My little 8-year-old.
Yeah.
He started kindergarten this year, so we're very.
He's 8.
Wow.
Yeah. Chick, take you back.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
that kid's huge.
Nothing like being 20 during your senior year in high school.
You're popular.
Yeah.
You can drive and
drinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Drive your buddies around.
Yeah. So we're very proud of him, and my 17-year-old is problems are arising. And I'm seeing flags. Let's put it down. The other day, he walked in the house. He had pierced his bottom lip.
Ooh.
Jeez.
And tried to hide it from me. It's like, you know what? Be a man. Own it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hide it. And it's, it's like, hello, you got a spike sticking out your bottom lip.
Man up.
I might notice that at breakfast when Cheerios keep getting hung up on it. Yeah, my son, for his graduating class, now looks like a ring toss game. Okay? Yeah, he tries to hide it, and it's like, hey, Mom, I'm gonna go to my room, okay? And it's like, come here, what's the matter with you? Why are you talking? Come here. And I said, put your hand down. And it's like, oh, honey, what did you do? And I said, did that hurt going in? Did it hurt coming out?
Oh.
Hey, any holes be put in my kid's head, I'll do it. The problem is the kid he runs with. That's the bad influence. This kid has so many piercings, he looks like he was attacked by a nail gun, okay? Somebody from Home Depot did a drive-by on him. I mean, I call him Tackle Box.
Sounds attractive.
Oh, yeah. Gunner, you can take him fishing.
Really?
He's got a couple fish hooks right here.
Oh, yeah.
About 13 lures in his ear, a couple sinkers coming out of his nose.
It's convenient, yeah.
The kid can't even walk past my refrigerator without all the magnets going.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials not to hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
So, how about giving Bob and Tom VIP a try? Get the link at bobandtom.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy, Pat, Jeff Oskey, I'm Josh. There's Tom. Tom, our more famous guest, just left. Guilty. But we're stuck here with Drew still.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching the Andy Griffith Show without Barney.
Yeah. Oh, one of these episodes.
Yeah, at least the episodes are in color now. We were hanging out with Billy Gardell. Billy's on a little mini tour doing some stand-up comedy. God, those were great stories about his dad and his mom. Oh, such good stuff. We're now hanging out with Drew Powell, old friend of the show.
Oh, no, he's killing it on this show, man.
And currently in one of the most watched shows out there, The Pit, which I just started watching 2 weeks ago, and I'm only about 5 episodes in.
Oh, you got about 10
and
more
every
to go.
time you show up, I go, look, it's Drew. I think he's playing a jerk. Except I use a different word. Yeah, but
just get yourself to episode 9.
And then when does the new version of Malcolm in the Middle hit the airwaves?
I don't know. It's going to be on Disney Plus at some point. It's currently filming, but yeah, that was such a trip. So I'm excited for people to see that.
Now, it's your home. How many of these do you have to have? All these? I don't even know what networks I have anymore.
Yeah.
I turn on my TV and it's like 18 icons.
I know. And what's going to happen is it's all going to go back to like, oh, here's a company that can put all these streamers together. It's cable TV. It's all going to come back around. Like, oh, yeah, we already did this, didn't we?
I'd be happy to do it. Anything to simplify.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd think that we'd get a free subscription or something. These jerks.
You don't?
You would. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. But yeah, it's funny because I said I'm on the season finale of Tracker, which is like my brother-in-law and my nephews, like that's their favorite show. So, and like he was saying about his kid, it's always fun when you get on the show that your loved ones watch and they are excited about. And that was fun because I get to be a good guy in that one. Spoiler alert.
Oh, nice.
Which was after being the bad guy that America hates, it's nice to have some positive energy coming at you. But that was fun. We shot that and that was in Vancouver. And then I came back 3 weeks later and did Malcolm up there. So I'm a Canadian citizen now. Yeah.
I have a question. When you're shooting up there, do they switch plates on the backs of cars so they don't look like they're Canadian? Do they go to that much trouble?
Thing. In fact, they had to make something look like a U.S. Coast Guard office on a Malcolm, which they, so it was like, which is pretty funny. So yeah, they do a lot of hustling, but it's not too far from the border. In fact, we were shooting on Tracker and like, see that road? Yeah, that's Washington. So it's on, the Washington State is just the other side of that. So yeah.
Now, let's take your career. The nicest guy you've played and the worst.
Oh. I mean, Haas Cartwright's pretty,
nice.
He was wholesome. Yeah.
And he is loved by fans.
Loved.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, there's Dan Blocker Beach out there, down from Malibu.
Is that true?
Yeah. I had a picture next to it. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I have a lot of respect for Dan. He was a guy that, in his day, Yeah, he was a good dude, and we're the only two people that have ever played Haas Cartwright, so I feel like we're in a special little club together. But then there've been some nasty ones, like people, because then the reruns happen, right? So I was on NCIS, and somebody saw me on that rerun race, and I was like a human trafficker or something. It was like, yeah, really nasty stuff. Yeah, or on Hawaii 5-0. I mean, this is when you know like a show has jumped the shark. I was a roller derby coach who was drugging the girls and dressing them up in lingerie and taking pictures of them and selling them on the internet. So, yeah, that was great.
Hey, a guy's got to earn
Mom.
I'm sure your parents loved that.
They love that. My poor mother is like, oh, geez.
Can you imagine being at the table when they were writing that?
No.
That is really funny.
That's specific.
It really is.
It almost sounds fake.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Straw Dogs was ugly, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. That one.
I mean, that's just a move. That's just an ugly move.
Oh, yeah. That was that one, too.
Now, have you ever lied to get a gig? Like they'll say, for example, hey, can you ride a horse? And you go, of course.
Absolutely.
I've read about guys that have nearly been killed when they claim they could ride a horse, and then they get a Western and they have no idea what they're doing. And riding horses, rather tricky.
Absolutely. And in fact, that's exactly what happened on Ponderosa. You ride horses? Yeah, I'm from Indiana. We all ride horses. That's what we do. And the truth is, I grew up down the road from a couple of my buddies had barns and horses, but it never occurred to us to ride them. We were too busy playing A-Team in the hayloft. This is a shout out to my dear old friend, rest his soul, Bill Hayes, who, if you watched Days of Our Lives, he was on Days of Our Lives for 50 years.
Oh.
True, like he was on your show of shows with Sid Caesar. Like this guy was a consummate actor, and he did it all. He could sing, he could tap dance, he was an amazing guy. And we go to the same church, and so I told him like, Bill, I told him I could ride a horse. I can't ride a horse. He's like, all right, come with me. So we go to Burbank, and they have stables there, and we did a ride together, and he showed me how to do everything because he knew how to do it. So I always think about Bill. He was mentors in this business, especially in every business. I mean, you mentor a lot of people. It's a very important thing in because there's no roadmap. Like Billy's road to his job is totally different than mine. It's a weird thing. So.
I miss Billy.
Billy Hayes or Billy Gardell?
Me too. I miss both of them. Remember when Billy was here? How much funnier it was?
That was cool, man.
Yeah, I'm a guitar guy. I got to work on that voice.
Billy, are you back?
I can't get over the fact that you're such a bad person in the pit.
I will say, Pat, you've looked at me weird all day. You're like, I don't know.
You are so convincing.
In a way, it's got to be quite a bit of fun to sort of channel that inner darkness.
Well, don't you do when you do those conclave, whatever they're called, weekend, what are those things called? Comic-Con, yes, sorry, not the conclave.
The conclave is probably happening right now.
Yeah. May 7th.
By the way,
May 7th.
they called me. They want me to vote.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm getting really sick of watching those commercials. When you go to the Comic-Con things, do they exclusively know you from Gotham? Is that what?
Yeah, it's funny about those things because they're very genre specific. So, like, I had friends that were on Mad Men, one of the great shows, and they couldn't go to those things because people don't care. It's this very genre shows, but it's not all necessarily comic book shows. They're, Breaking Bad, that one worked. People love that. So, it's a weird one, but yeah, that one tends to be to be relevant on those things. You need to be in some kind of genre show. You do one episode of Star Trek, and you're in the Star Wars universe. Then you're good to go. So Gotham had its run for a while, and then it's and it'll probably come back. Then they get nostalgic. It's like, oh, the cast of Gotham, 10 years later. But that was a wild thing, the whole Comic-Con. I didn't know that world existed, and it's a big deal.
What kind of questions did people ask you?
It was a lot of times they'd be specific. You remember in episode 17 when you said that thing? I'm like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. But my favorite thing about the Comic-Cons, honestly, were the kids that would come on, and often they were on the spectrum, and they didn't feel comfortable talking to anybody, let alone adults. But because you were the guy on the show, you were Solomon Grundy or whatever, they'd come up and they'd just talk, and you'd see their parents, standing behind them, feeling so proud. Like, that was worth all of the weirdos that you'd come through with the sweaty handshakes. Like, I really love the way that you worked without your shirt on. But those kids made it all worth it for sure.
Well, that's great. If you're just joining us, hey, hi. This is the Bob and Tom Show. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and we're talking with actor Drew Powell, hot off the presses, if you will, on the set in Vancouver on the Malcolm in the Middle reboot. How many episodes did you say they did?
There's 4 of them. I'm in the last one. Yeah.
How long are they going to be?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Are these half hour?
I'm guessing half hour. Yeah, I'm guessing half.
And they'll be Disney Plus?
It'll be Disney Plus, yep, at some point. And then I just found out they just released the release date for the movie I did called Crime 101, which is going to be, I think, Valentine's Day next year. But it's with Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, Nick Nolte, Barry Keoghan. Yeah.
Whoa.
So what's your rule if you're at some?
Do you have their phone numbers?
I do, actually. I have Mark Ruffalo. I'll send him a pic of us.
Okay.
If you're at some random restaurant and you see some actor you really admire, do you just be cool or?
I'm less cool. And I did that on the Pee Wee Herman show when I did that on Broadway. The amount of people, we did it in LA and then we did it on Broadway. The amount of people that would come to that show. Like Prince came to that show.
Oh my gosh.
Like I've got a picture with me and David Bowie and Iman. Iman was there, but she wasn't in the picture. Like, it's my favorite picture all the time. I'll post it on my social media, but it's like me and David Bowie and then Pee Wee's head over my shoulder looking like, what are you doing? I mean, you name it, they came through there. And I learned in that one, I was like, at first I was trying to be cool. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be cool. Like, I want to meet these people. Elvis Costello and his wife Diana Krall were there. They were so cool, And so it was just, it's so many. I love that part of it because I admire people. You look at folks that, remember Billy when he was here? I admire that guy. Yeah. He's a great guy.
Those were the days.
I've been rewatching it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Bryan Cranston, came up to me and gave me a big hug, and he gave me a great compliment about my work on the Pit, and that meant so much to me because I looked up to him. In my first job, I'll never forget. I have a scene in Malcolm in the Middle where I'm naked. It was when the local girls come to the thing and they tear the place up. And so they were fitting me with the naked briefs. And so it's like, do you do the naked briefs or do you do the sock or whatever? And I'll never forget it because I'm wearing naked briefs and they're trying to figure out how they have a chip bag. Do we hold that? Like, how could we? Because that was the gag on that show. And I'm talking to Brian. He's like, listen, here's the key. If a pretty girl walks by, keep those eyes down. Otherwise, whoa!
Did you keep the naked briefs just for?
They did not let me keep them. They were like flesh colored, and it's very strange look.
If I could see a back Hollywood thing in the back lot where they've got like 15 shades of briefs, so they get everybody's skin tone.
Exactly.
And we got to make sure we get it right. How weird.
It's a weird job, man.
Is it like a bikini kind of?
It looks like a banana hammock.
Oh.
Whatever you call the Speedo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's different ones. So there's the Speedo. Then there's the one that just covers, like it's a string. It just covers the
minutia. I mean the sorry,
the Hoss. It covers Hoss.
Yeah.
And then your butt's flopping in the breeze. Yeah. That's the thing about that show. I remember I get on set and they take me to a trailer. I'm like, I got a trailer? Like, what? And they give me a VHS. That's how long ago it was. A VHS tape of the pilot because they'd only shot the pilot. And so I didn't know what this show was. And I put it in and I'm watching the show and there's Brian naked and she's shaving his back and the birds come and take the hair and use it for I'm like, what is this show? And then at the end, the kid in the wheelchair like tips himself over, and I'm like, you can't show that on TV. And they did, and it was a huge hit, and it was great. Yeah, it's wild.
Well, we're speaking with Drew Powell, and Drew is a very fine actor. And you don't know what your next gig is, though, right?
No.
Yeah, keep bringing that up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
see the anxiety.
I think my next gig is coming back here to be on Carb Day with you guys.
Okay.
We're going to sing a song. I just watched that the other day, man.
Well, you were singing with us?
We were singing just a Mario.
Just a Mario.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was great. We'll have to
just Mario.
Great.
On the road, driving to the track that day.
Yeah. Now, so you've already shot that's coming out. You've got right now the Pit's floating around in the ether.
Yep.
on Max. And then you said Disney Plus for the Malcolm in the Middle.
Tracker is, I think, next week or the week after. It's a season finale. So that's it's a big episode. That was a lot of fun. Well, you can still watch Unbreakable Boy, which is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It was really neat. Got to premiere that at my college, my university, DePaul University, at the old theater where I watched movies in college. And like, one day I want to be up there. And there I was, it was and it's a nasty theater. Like, it's like, they really had to clean it up. It's about to get demolished, but that was really special. Family came down. So that's out. Gosh, it's been a good little run. I'm forgetting stuff, but.
So no, when you have downtime between gigs, do you have something that you do to keep yourself from pulling all your hair out?
Yeah, I played basketball still 3 times a week, and my son Leo, there's always something going on. He plays the upright bass in the orchestra and jazz band.
Fun.
Cool.
And he's way cooler than I am. And you'll appreciate this, Tom. I was the chaperone on a 4-day trip to San Francisco with 100 8th graders band and orchestra
my son's in 8th
on a
grade.
bus. On a bus with 100 8th graders.
Oh, no.
Yeah, taking them. We did all the sites, too, so I'm down trying to make sure nobody gets, abducted in Ghirardelli Square. Wow. But I got to tell you, these kids are incredible. Like, they're 8th graders. They're going against all high schoolers, and they won the thing. They're doing Henry Mancini and Tchaikovsky, and like,
cool.
It's really neat. I have so much respect for these kids and what they do today. It's such a different world. We were talking about, living in the world of social media and camera phones and all that stuff. But yeah, I love being a dad, it's the greatest thing in the world. And so that's usually what I'm doing when I'm not working.
All right. Well, we're speaking with actor Drew Powell, and we're going to hang out with Drew a little bit longer. We got some more time here, so don't go anywhere. Right now, I want to remind you once again, this may be one of your last reminders about Mother's Day. We got a little more than a week. And Steven Singer Jewelers, they are packing up those roses right now. I'm talking about actual roses dipped in 24-karat gold. It's a limited edition. It's known as the Blue Moon Rose. Mothers will love these babies. They come in a beautiful gift box. The shipping, of course, is free. But I'm kind of warning you right now, you better get on it today. You can also get on lots of different jewelry. You look at the whole catalog online at IHateStevenSinger.com, including the famous At Last bracelet. A great value, real diamonds. A beautiful bracelet for that mom in your life, or all those moms. There are a bunch of them. Your sister's a mom, she's a mom, your mom's a mom, your wife's a mom, whoever may be a mom. So take care of them with something from Steven Singer Jewelers. Once again, you visit IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Remember a couple of the key things. The lifetime guarantee. You can always upgrade on jewelry and get the full value of what you paid the first go-around, and free shipping. IHateStevenSinger.com. Coming right back with Drew and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance Insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
This song's about my very favorite thing in the whole wide world. Oh, yeah? Perfect day for getting freaky. It's that time of day for sniffing like a dog. Would you like to play some sneaky peeky? What I'm trying to say is that I'm feeling like a song. So what you say? We're gonna come to play. So what you say? Come on, let's get busy. Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can we get down on the floor? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can I have some more? Oh, It's time for moving, baby. It's time for grooving slow. It's time for dancing, baby, and poking around your fro. So what you say? We're gonna come and play. So what you say? Come on, let's get busy. Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can we get down on the floor? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can I have some more? It's a perfect day for getting freaky. It's that time of day for sniffing like a dog. Can I have some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can we get down on the floor? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can I have some more? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Yeah, can I see your beauty? Can I get down on the floor? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can I have some more? Booty, booty, booty. Booty, booty, booty. Booty, booty, booty. Oh, I want some booty, booty, booty. Na 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 Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can we get down on the floor? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can I have some more? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can we get down on the floor? Can I get some booty? Can I have some sweetness? Can I see your beauty? Can I have some more? Some booty, booty, booty. Can I see your beauty?
All right. Booty. Wow. Very nice, gentlemen.
That horn section moves.
Here come the mummies.
Yeah.
Man, are they great.
Oh, what fun. Well, if you didn't get a ticket tonight, you lose. Wow.
Dear Bob and Tom.
Yes.
The Mummies are my new favorite band.
Uh-huh.
It was formerly the Beatles.
Amen.
That is a nice letter. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Here come the Mummies. Thank you for listening. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey,
everybody, it's Frank Caliendo, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of stand-up dates, and I'm not sure where to put my hands right now, but this is the deal. We're going to be in places like Appleton, Wisconsin, Toledo, Ohio, Des Moines, Iowa. There's a whole bunch of them. We'll let you know how to do that on the screen right here. And why did I say we? Is that my new pronoun? No. I have a bunch of other people with me. Those people are Patrick Keene. You've seen his teeth, probably on your dentist wall. They're tremendous, very good teeth. Willie Griswold. You know why he's with us. And of course, Al Jackson.
And that's when they realized it's going to be a fun show.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee's there. Pat Godwin's across the way. There's Jeff Oskey. I'm Josh Arnold. And Tom, we have one of our absolute favorite people with us right now.
We have Drew Powell, actor.
Hi, guys.
And
Hi, Drew.
it's good to see you, Drew.
I don't like you.
I
don't like you anymore.
Come on, Pat. It's all pretend.
I don't think it is.
It is.
You're too good in this.
I don't think it is.
We were talking about various acting roles you've had and some stuff you're going to be working on in the future. There is a current movie that is based on a video game that's doing very well out there. And have you heard about this song from this movie?
It's called Minecraft.
Oh,
sorry.
Minecraft.
Have you heard about the song?
No.
Jack Black.
Jack Black, I think it's like
34 seconds long, and it's
on Billboard.
Something lava.
It's
lava
the
chicken or something.
shortest song that's ever charted.
It's the shortest song that has ever charted on Billboard as of last week.
Jeez.
Classic Jack Black. Silly
Yeah.
and fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it kind of reminded me of Pat, don't you have a song?
Oh, I have short songs. I have a 41-second song called Voicemail, but I have two songs. I have one that's 6 seconds and one that's 2 seconds.
Really?
The one that 6 seconds is called the Lazy Man Blues. Sometimes when you write a song, it's just so perfect you don't have to write anymore.
No.
So this is the 6 second song. This is called the Lazy Man Blues. Woke up this morning. Went back to bed. So you're done. So you're done. Drew, you don't have to say
That's
anymore.
my kind of
Lazy
song,
Man
yeah.
Blues. Now here's the shortest song. This is called the Dead Man Blues. I didn't wake up this morning. Dead Man Blues. Right there.
Listen, you're talking to the man who was voted most lazy of. Actually, they had to say couch potato of the class of 90, whatever I was.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
You?
I felt like really what they were trying to say was I was the BS. I was the best at BS. I could
Okay.
get myself out of anything. But somehow that came off across as lazy. I don't get it.
Yeah, because you seem like anything. You don't seem lazy at all.
Yeah,
Thank
you seem like
Thank
you're
you. Thank you,
always
Josh.
going.
Yeah,
Thank you.
always energetic,
No.
always
Yeah,
working.
always going, always.
I don't know. I thought I'd get best derriere, but shows what I know.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
did
really?
they have a best derriere though?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Did they really?
Yeah.
In
Male
high
and
school?
female?
90s. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the picture was them with their, stonewashed jeans, with their butt back to the camera looking over their shoulders.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh,
High school?
Yeah.
They would not.
Oh, yeah.
I bet they wouldn't do that now. would they?
Those are the good old days,
They
baby.
wouldn't be stonewashed. And they do it, but just behind everybody's
No, I think
back.
they are
Oh, I think
stonewashed.
they're
It's come back.
stonewashed
All this stuff that I thought looked stupid in the 90s is now back again. I don't know. I'm the old man. Get off my lawn.
Are those socks coming back?
Which ones?
Leg warmers.
The leg
They're not
warmer thing?
Socks. They're called leg warmers.
So I want to vote to keep yoga pants as long as possible.
Oh, they're not going anywhere.
They're not going nowhere.
Okay.
My parents wouldn't buy me stonewashed jeans because they were too expensive, so I tried to make my own with gravel from our driveway.
Oh, man.
And messed up the washing machine horribly.
Oh, I bet that beating was exquisite.
Oh, so bad.
Oh, my God.
That's 100% true.
That is a great
So
story.
you took just stones from the driveway?
So we had like a gravel driveway, so I grabbed a shovel of full of stone and threw it in the washer with my jeans.
That's
It doesn't change the jeans at all. Like they were still as blue as when I put them in.
Did you put some bleach in there?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I was in 8th grade.
That is fantastic.
What do the stones do anyway? Even if
Beat the inside of your washing machine up.
So,
I lost a brother trying to make acid wash jeans.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, do you want to hear a little bit of this Jack Black thing?
Yeah.
Why not?
This is the apparently the shortest song ever to make the Hot 100, and it's all Jack Black, kind of a long intro. So
Yeah, what's that? Stan's Lava Chicken or something? What's it
yeah,
called?
it's kind of a commercial
Jingle.
for Steve's Lava
Steve's.
Chicken.
Steve's Lava Chicken.
He's got a good
Get up there.
He's got a good falsetto.
He does.
I mean, it's so great. I'm surprised they didn't go, hey, that's so good, we're going to make it 5 minutes long and have them dancing around. But it's short and sweet and
When
great.
does the next Steve's Lava Chicken open up, though?
kidding.
That's...
Is that a real place?
I don't- it should be.
See, I know nothing about Minecraft. Lee wasn't in there.
I don't either, but I've been told, I've received several letters. I asked could I enjoy this movie if I've never played Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I got a couple very long letters about why you can go see it if you've never played Minecraft.
Yeah, it's cute.
Okay.
I've seen it. Yeah.
I was I remember they were shooting this in New Zealand, and I was thinking like that's a fun set because Jason Momoa, who's a really fun dude, and then Jack Black, and I actually saw Jason Momoa posted on his Instagram, I think, the rap party because he has a band, he plays bass guitar.
Really?
And so, yeah, he and Jack Black were up there singing. And,
fun.
yeah, you can imagine. But let's talk about more actors that are more successful than me. I think Ryan Reynolds is doing great.
Yeah, real well. Deadpool Wolverine, big hit.
Yeah, big hit.
Well, let's do it backwards. Well, how about this? So Ryan Reynolds, he has what? The gin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
aviation.
And the cell phone.
And a wife who's got a lot of controversy. So there's that.
Okay. But in your case, what product do you think would be the...
What you got? I'm in.
I mean, what the most famous one of all time probably is the grill.
Oh, George Foreman.
The George Foreman grill. And George was like the third guy they asked, right?
Mm-hmm,
Is
I
that
believe
right?
so.
Yeah. And then it made
Wasn't Hulk Hogan they asked?
Yeah.
But
Hulk Hogan, not known for his brains.
But yeah,
There's that.
hey, who knows? Is there any particular product you'd be the perfect spokesperson for?
That's a good question.
Being a big old meanie.
I wear this. This is a jockey shirt, and I wear a version. It's really soft, and I wear a version of this almost every day. So jockey shirts should definitely sponsor me.
There you go.
That's not very exciting.
Is your type their audience?
I'm guessing.
Their
I
customer?
think so too.
Yeah, I think they're actually the guy. Their celebrity sponsor is Luke Bryan. So we could just do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing a song about beer in America, trucks and stuff.
I like beer in America and trucks.
There we go.
Hey, let's see.
I can do that.
Isn't the old
Wear this
adage?
jockey shirt.
You have to finish the joke. You have to have trains and your mother dying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you
That's
got-
that.
David Allen Coe.
Yeah.
but
Steve Goodman.
Steve Goodman wrote it. That's
Well,
right.
sure.
Yeah.
With John Prine.
They added all that other stuff to make the song even better.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great song.
Let's talk more about David Allen Coe.
Yeah, he has a deep catalog.
What would he be sponsoring now? Maybe white sheets?
Well.
Tide keeps your sheets white.
Hey, that's a rather unusual hoodie.
Man.
Pointy, is it?
I will say that reminds me of the Curb Your Enthusiasm, where Larry David has to wash. He gets coffee on the Klan members thing, and he has to wash it and take it to the Jewish washer, the cleaner. So I did that show. I was in the last season of Curb Your, and that's one that people really love.
Yeah.
You know, they love to talk about that. And
You were great.
Thank you. It was so much fun. That was maybe the most taxing job of my career.
And they don't give you a full script. Right?
No, there's no script. All it is like, here's what's going to happen in the scene. Good luck.
Can I ask, what was it cool working with Tracy Ullman like that?
She is the greatest.
Yeah.
And honestly, Larry's great, but I was way more excited to work with her. She was so great, so nice. She's a grandma. And the first
That's
day
hard to even believe.
I know, right?
Right?
She shows up on set. She has no voice. And I'm like, oh, are you sick? He's like, no, I was out partying with my friend Cat Power all weekend, smoking cigarettes and drinking. Shh, don't tell him. I told him I'm sick. I'm like, she's the greatest. And the hardest part is not laughing. It's so hard. You know, because we did a scene where I'm asking Larry to read my daughter's script, which, by the way, the woman that played my daughter in that, which I thought was a little... I was a little young for that, but is now on SNL. She's really funny. Ash Padilla.
Cool.
She's really great. So it's fun to see her do well. But I did a thing where I'm like, he says, yeah, I'll do it. I go to give him a hug. He's like, no, God, man, no touching. And so I turn, and they didn't keep this in. I turn and I grab Tracy, and I just pick her up and spin her around. And she, says some hilariously funny stuff, and I don't know why they didn't keep that, but it was a trip, and that's when people love to talk about that show. That was kind of like the Pit, when that thing was like you do a job, and everybody's watched it, and they always want to talk about it.
There's so little commonality in our culture anymore, but one of the shows that is getting a lot of buzz is the Pit,
and
we're so proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thanks a lot.
You'll see Drew
that.
Powell in the Pit. And
So great.
I haven't seen the scene where all hell breaks loose with you. I've heard it's coming. I can't. Maybe this weekend. I'll get.
I don't
to
know.
check it
You
out.
got a busy weekend.
Yeah, but I'll try
I'm
to.
leaving here and watching the last episode.
Ooh. Yeah,
Is
baby.
Is it good?
It's okay.
Are you still in it?
I can't say.
Okay,
No
okay.
spoilers, man.
All
No
right.
spoilers.
Hey, look, there's always the evil twin. I know that this show may be too sophisticated to do the old evil twin thing, but
So good.
Hey, that Drew Powell guy was great. Yeah, we killed him off. I don't care. We just got to give him a twin brother. Take the beard away and part his hair in the middle.
I love it.
It'll be great. Well, thank you very much, Drew. Thanks for listening. You can check out the whole show and the best parts. What were the best parts of the show, Josh?
Billy Gardell.
Okay, when Billy was here.
Yeah, you remember that? That was awesome.
Oh, those were the days. Yeah. It'll be on YouTube. We certainly appreciate it. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.